their bikes? Oh,
Okay.
okay.
Go
And they
ahead.
all ride their bikes to school and
We just got notified that Bob is recording.
oh,
Right.
good, good, good.
Barbara,
Well,
my
there are a number.
my grandson worked in Cheyenne as a reporter,
Oh,
TV
great.
reporter. Yeah,
Uh-huh.
and I thought of you all the time. But
Well,
yeah,
that's
but Jackson was a whole different ballgame than Cheyenne.
different. Yes.
Oh, very, very, very.
It's very, very different.
Yeah,
There's no
yeah.
question.
He couldn't wait to leave.
Well, I
Dennis, the reason I'm recording is a number of people have sent me emails they can't make it. So I'm recording it and we'll put it up on YouTube next week. So anybody can review it.
You're such a techie.
It's impressive. It's impressive.
oh,
It's
that's
all
great.
relative. There's lots of guys I ask help for, and in fact, I'm going to ask Dennis later today to help all of us get our names and our locations down
Yeah,
in
I just
where our name
remembered
is.
that. Yes,
Is
participants.
there a way to put a gallery on instead of one person at a time?
Yeah.
Yes, you can do it on
Are
your
you on an
screen.
iPad or a phone?
I'm on my desktop.
Is it an Apple?
Yes.
Is it a desktop that you have touch control on?
No, I have a screen.
Well,
I have
your screen should probably go either left or right. You
screen.
might want to see if you have like an arrow on either side. And if there is an arrow, hit the arrow just to see if your screen moves, and then you'll see everybody.
Okay, well, my screen moves,
Does
but
it move left or right?
yeah, I can move the whole screen.
Yeah,
The
we'll
right
try
foot.
moving the whole screen because right now it's just you that's on there, right?
Exactly.
Yeah,
And
so
I'd
try
like to see
moving the
everybody.
screen to either the right or the left.
Okay.
And it should flash the full group of people we have on now, which looks
Doesn't.
like 9.
It doesn't.
Yeah.
It
At
has
the top,
participants listed on
Julie,
this on
at
the
the
side.
top, if you click or do whatever you do to the top, can you see recording, sign in, view?
I can see participants.
Okay, if you click on that, does it say view all or speaker?
No.
Well, while you're on participants, does your name come up?
Yes.
Do you
Okay,
see yourself?
you might as well
Yes.
go to rename and put your location on there as well.
Go to my name and put in location.
Wherever it says rename on that screen, go to
Doesn't say the
rename
name.
and then add your location right after Saffro.
Doesn't say that. It doesn't say that.
So
There's
when
a
you
There's
click on your
minimize.
name,
Oh, full screen, but that's just where it expands.
And you don't have an
Like
arrow
now.
on either side? An arrow
No, it's not on
you can
either
click on?
side. Wait a minute. Stop it. Joyce, you're huge.
Oh, really?
He's always spoken highly of you, Julie.
Ooh, you're pretty big too.
hey
Okay.
Jeff, can you hear us?
Um,
Jeff
no.
Davidian, who just came on.
Zoom workplace, and now you, Dennis, and leave is over here. Stop video, mute.
Oh, Billy
Uh,
Broder.
Where's Billy Broder?
Where's
Huh?
Billy Broder?
Billy
The name
Broder.
came up. I can't see him.
He got married the same year I did. I noticed that.
Oh, there he is.
Oh God.
He didn't have white hair before.
Oh, click to exit
I
full
don't
screen.
see him.
Okay, I
Hmm.
can't do it. Can't do it. Can't do it. Click to
Interesting.
exit full screen.
Dennis, we'll
Oh,
wait till
Barbara's back.
everybody's here. We'll wait till 2 o'clock, and then I'll have you change their names and add their location.
Yeah,
How many do you think you're going to get? How many do you expect?
Hey, rename.
Do you have the winning lottery numbers? Who knows?
No, I didn't have one number, not one number.
Okay, well, there's been a tremendous interest.
Sorry.
I've gotten a
Right.
number of emails from people who can't wait to get on. So I think at 2 o'clock we'll have quite a few.
There's tennis and there's football.
How come I'm not seeing anybody coming on?
I came on.
Where,
Yes, you did.
where are you?
I'm Patricia Zoline, who probably no one remembers because I only came to Beverly High as a junior, so I was kind of a stealth person. But anyway,
So
I did graduate.
Are you on a computer or are you on an iPad?
I'm on a regular computer, desktop.
Okay. Do you have the
Me too.
ability to shift your screen right or left?
I don't know. What should I do? Something else?
Do you have a touch screen or do you have a
Oh no,
mouse?
it's a mouse.
Yeah. Well, see if there's an arrow on your screen on either the right or the left.
Yeah.
And if there's a left arrow, try pressing the left arrow and see if you get everybody on.
Oh, well, I only see about 10 people. Is
That's
that
all there is.
That's all.
okay?
Oh,
Oh, there's
Okay.
4, 8,
I
12,
wanna do
13.
that.
Okay, good. Yeah. I noticed. Yeah, I noticed, Bob, you're in Lake Oswego, and I'm here in Portland, oddly.
Oh, okay.
So yeah. Gosh, I've been so enjoying all the emails from people and the descriptions of these great big lives they've been having. It's been fun watching.
How long have you lived in Portland?
I've lived in Portland, well, roughly on and off at first for about 10 years. My one and only little grandson was born 11 years ago, and he was my big motivation to move on up here from Ashland, which is at the other end of the state. It's
Yeah.
the southernmost town in Oregon, but my
I want
grandson
to.
and daughter and son are all up here.
It's a good reason.
It is. I mean, you got to make choices.
Yes.
So I didn't know how to put my location in addition to that.
I don't either.
Yeah, Tony did it. Tony got it. And Bob, of course, has it. And Marty, you have it.
I don't
Yes.
have mine either.
I don't have mine either.
I don't know how to do that either. Oh,
I'm just glad to be
So
showing
at the
up.
bottom of your
Okay.
screen, you have a menu. It says participants.
Yeah.
If you
Yeah.
click on participants, your name will come up.
Oh, okay.
And if you click on your name, there
Okay.
should be an option to rename.
No, you have to go to more first.
I'm afraid to mess with this.
Yeah, I'm afraid I'll disappear
Okay.
myself or something.
and then put in.
Maybe hit those 3 dots. There's 3 dots.
Okay, that.
If you have a label
Okay, there's
participants,
rename. I see rename. Yeah.
okay, then click on rename.
Okay.
And right after Zolene, you can put your location.
Okay.
That would be Portland, Oregon.
Okay. Oops, I erased the whole name. Hold on.
Be more reaction
Oh,
to
Mark, were you following along?
You're
You're
muted.
muted.
Okay. Now I'm saying change.
okay.
Okay.
I
There.
still haven't
You
got
got it.
gallery. I still
Okay.
want gallery and I can't do it.
Yeah, I've been following. Thank you.
There. Yeah. So you can't get the gallery view?
I can't get the gallery view.
What are you seeing? Just you?
I'm seeing as the speaker speaks, I see them, and then I see myself up in the corner constantly.
Oh, so you don't get the whole group?
everybody, right?
Oh.
And I want to, and I'm not able to do it.
Does
So
somebody
I don't
else-
have that arrow that you're talking about.
I didn't need an arrow. If you go up to the very top of your screen and
Yes.
hover your mouse there, there's
Yeah.
recording and then there's view with little squares. And if you click on that thing that says view, that gives you the choice for speaker, gallery, whatever.
Well, I do see recording and the red light's flashing. And then
And
it
then
has
next,
the opposite arrows that expands the screen, but it doesn't
Oh, yeah, I should say we live in two places.
it doesn't say view.
say view. There's a shield with a check mark in it that's green.
Yeah, I can see that. And
And
recording and no
and
view.
next is recording, and then there are the two arrows that expand the screen. And
Yeah.
then there is a little arrow that says minimize, but I don't want to minimize. I want to go
No.
full screen.
Well, you're trying to get the whole thing.
Yeah. And
I
I
think-
don't have that arrow. I do
think
have the
each of us-
participants on the side.
I
Okay.
think each of us have a different version of Zoom, and that may be why
Oh.
you don't have what we have.
I have workplace Zoom.
Do you have gallery?
Does it say
No,
gallery?
it
You,
says
you
Zoom
don't have
Workplace.
something that says view up in the upper right-hand corner?
No.
Oh,
And
okay.
on the bottom, it says mute, stop video, participants, chat, reactions, more, and leave. I don't want to leave.
Try more.
Yeah.
Try more.
Down here.
Press.
Julie,
Okay.
up in the very, very top. Very top.
Hmm.
Above all the pictures, do you see view?
No.
You don't
I
see
don't
sign
see
in,
view.
recording, view?
No, I see recording. View is missing.
Oh.
I see a green light now. I mean, a blue light now. Maybe what's that?
How about your more? When you go to more, what does it give you? What options?
When I go to more, I did that
Yep.
and put in Los
What
Angeles.
happens?
Okay.
Nothing.
I don't have it. Everybody else has the gallery view.
You
right?
have Los Angeles, Julie.
Pardon me?
You have Los Angeles.
Yes, I did that. That was good, huh?
Yeah. But you're still not getting everybody.
Still not getting the gallery right. And I
Yeah,
really
that could
wish
be
I
a version issue.
Yeah.
It's
That's
a
what I'm
version
thinking.
issue.
It could be a version issue.
Update your
If you
software.
if you've looked at your whole
Weird.
menu, is there anything listed on the right other than people?
No, just participants now 24. There's invite, mute.
Do you see a listing of each of the participants?
Yep.
Okay. Have you tried scrolling all the way down just to see if there are more options?
All the way down. It just has invite and mute. And oh, Betty's on here too.
Yes.
Uh, um,
Yeah, lots of people signing in. That's exciting.
yeah, it's very nice. And there's Stuart.
Julia.
Oh, goody, goody. Hi, Stuart.
Hi, sweetheart. Hey, Stuart.
Okay.
Well,
Okay, well,
Roth.
Can anybody
Penny
see?
Roth. Oh my God.
Can anybody
Bruce
see me?
Fleshman. Oh my God.
Yes.
I can see you.
You can
Yes.
see me? Because I'm on both my computer and my phone because my computer camera is not working. So,
But you're on a wide screen, so we see you on the wide screen.
okay, good.
Yeah, we see you.
So I'm on an iPad and all the icons are there. Everybody is there, but I have to actually scroll down to see pictures of everyone.
How do you scroll? Mine's not scroll.
So I have a scrolling feature on my iPad.
Uh-oh.
For instance, like I'm on the top, but if I scroll all the way on the bottom, I can see actually Paul Bergman. He isn't signed on for audio, but I see his icon.
I can't get mine to scroll.
I'm going to go on my phone also and see if I can do this.
That's a good idea.
Yeah, it's going to get to be tiny pictures if a lot
Well,
of
at least it's better than nothing. Right?
Paul, if you can hear us, you need to go audio. You just did.
I just did.
Hi, Paul.
Paul.
Hello, Julie. How are you doing?
Hello. Hello.
Sorry about your loss.
And I want to say hello to everybody.
Hey, Stuart.
Bob, you got a haircut for this occasion. Very nice. I
Not
want
as close as
to know
ours.
that Bob had a birthday just a couple of days ago. So happy birthday to you.
birthday.
And thanks for all the hard work that you did in putting this together.
You're more than welcome.
Inquiring minds would like to know, Bob, what is KI7Q1?
I.
Or
What?
All right.
Oh.
I am also an amateur radio operator or a ham radio operator, and that's my call sign.
Shoot.
Okay.
Okay.
Nice.
I also host a couple of other. I also host a
Diane,
couple,
hi.
I host a couple of other groups that are amateur radio operators from all over the world. So this was easy to put together.
Wow.
Hi, Betty. I miss you.
Who's talking?
Joyce. Joyce.
Joyce. Joyce.
I miss you.
It's a voice.
You too. It's a disembodied voice.
Betty.
There's
Oh
Judy.
my God.
And
Yes.
Julie.
Club will never be the same.
Judy
So
who?
you might happen to notice that when people are
Hey,
speaking,
Alan, how are you?
your icon is actually highlighted in
Yes.
case you want to know who's talking.
Oh, that helps.
The other thing to do is
Hi,
just
Alan.
Pat Zolene. Oh
Hi,
my
guys. Hey, Annie, I miss you at the farmer's market. When are you going to come back?
Oh,
Yeah.
Alan,
Oh, hi,
sweetheart.
Alan.
I don't do that anymore. It's been
I know.
11 years.
I know. It was great.
I took my life back. I just saw Pat Zolene sign in, and there's Sue Waldman. Hello. Hello.
Where's Sue? There's
Pat Zolene. Oh my God.
I can't believe anybody
Hi, Sue.
remembers me.
Of course. Well, there's your name.
My name is here.
And we were neighbors.
Yeah.
Now,
Mm.
I want to know if I'm the only one that studied the yearbook before
I meant
the
to do that.
presentation.
I meant to do that.
What a great idea. I didn't think.
I would like to ask
Yeah.
this.
I have
I'd
all
like to tell
four
you, I couldn't study the yearbook because we only had one yearbook.
Hey,
My
Steve,
yearbook
Whitman,
is in
how are you?
London, England.
You didn't
Hi,
split it in
Steve.
half?
Hello to Terry and Tony.
Hello,
hello. I want to tell you that I was one of the very few people in the class that could identify which was which.
That's impressive.
But now,
Are you going to
Tony,
share how?
I can identify you easily because you talk so funny.
Oh, that's great.
It depends which side of the pond you're sitting on, Marty.
Betty, how is your husband?
I would say right today's pretty good. Pretty good.
Good. I know you said
Thank
he
you.
was not feeling well or not doing well, and I was just curious.
Well, we've been married for 61 years, so
Oh, wow.
we had a great we've had a great long ride.
61, huh?
Yeah.
You
Wow.
beat
I
me
got
by
married at
one.
the end of my
Hi, how are you
junior
doing?
year.
Hello.
Hello, everybody.
Hi, Frank.
Oh,
Frank.
Monkey.
Hey,
Hi,
Frank, how are you?
Hello.
Maybe you're
Wait a
not going to
minute.
be.
Stop for 1 second. That
Somebody's
thing
got
that's
a-
happening. Somebody has got their sound on both on their phone and on their computer. So stop that.
Is that you?
Julie, I think it's you.
I think it's me. Okay.
So just turn off one.
Hey, Betty.
Oh, I can't turn off one because I can't get the gallery and I want the gallery.
Time to
Just
bring in
turn
your
the
grandchildren
volume.
to help you.
Just
with
turn the
technology.
Yes,
sound
I
off
would if
one,
I could.
Julie.
Okay, never mind.
Grandchildren
I'm
all the
off.
way.
How true, Alan.
Thank you, Bob, for doing this.
In my neighborhood, we have a high school. He's a junior or senior, and he's got an IT business going on. He's a very studious kid, but when he's not doing homework or doing school assignments, he comes to people's houses, fixes all their problems. And
Marty,
living?
the kid is making $50, $60 an hour. And, for a high school junior, that's pretty good. And
Marty, I've
keeps me up
used
and
him.
running.
Yeah.
Can you send him up here?
Where are you living,
Anywhere if
Marty?
the price is right.
Marty, if he's local, I need him.
Me too.
I need him too.
He is local, but he's going away to college.
I don't
used
know if he
him. I
drives.
used him. He's terrific. He didn't
Oh.
even charge me the last time.
How about a Santa Monica dog trainer for $200 an hour?
Oh,
Oh my
Yeah.
and I
God.
went to school to not be a dog trainer? Wow.
I
$200
guess the kids shouldn't go to
an
school.
hour?
They should train
My friend is
dogs.
paying that, and he's desperate.
Oh, my gosh. I guess I'm really out of
How many
touch.
people are on here now?
5, 10, 15, 20, 25.
Okay, I don't have everybody's, I just have my own picture and the little, I have Terry up on the screen now. Hi, Terry.
I see 42 people.
Wow.
Wish I did
I can't
too.
count.
I
There's
don't.
Terry. Very many people.
You should have, if
Oh, I
you're
see.
on
Oh, it's
gallery,
pages.
you're going to
Got
have
it.
Little
two
people.
Got
screens.
it. Oh, hello,
Oh,
everybody
my screen
else.
is just showing. There's page 1 and page 2. So,
Yeah.
Yes.
okay, so we have to go to page 2 to see
All
the new
right.
people.
Oh,
That's
yeah.
There we go. Wow,
I just want to
hello.
ask Jim Conti if he ever gained 1 pound since high school.
I've been very fortunate. I still have pretty much my high school weight, but I have to work at it a little bit harder these days.
You look exactly the
Lucky
same,
guy.
Jim.
No, I
You
don't
look
look
exactly the same, I swear to
Looks the
God.
same. Yeah, he looks the
Exactly
same.
the same.
It might just be a little dirty.
Hi, Lou.
Hi.
Hi, Lou.
Hello,
Hi,
Sherry.
Bud.
But you haven't changed.
Well,
Buddy never
I feel
changed.
like I have.
Neither
No,
has
you look the
this
same,
year.
Lou.
But I haven't gained any weight either, like Jim. I think I'm my high school fighting weight still.
Luckily, I'm not at my
Buddy.
high school weight.
Can you hear me?
Bob, can you hear me?
Kind of
Oh, Sherry's on now. Hi,
Somebody still
Sherry.
has their phone on.
Can you hear me, Bob?
You're echoing.
Somebody's echoing.
Bob, it looks like your audio is off.
Who's off? Dennis, hear me? Are there any comedy writers on this in our class? Because this is worth Saturday Night Live.
Eddie, but Eddie, at any meeting I'm in now, whenever I go like this, people know I'm saying, and live from New York. It's the signal. And live.
Hi, Mike Fine.
Yeah.
I hope we get page 3. We only have 40 people so far.
No.
How many are expected?
Jeannie.
He's not sure. But it is a couple minutes after too, so maybe some are late.
Okay.
Jeannie Myers.
Can you hear me, Bob?
I think Bob's audio is off. Jim, your audio is off. Jerry,
my
your
audio's
audio is off.
Okay.
Steve, your audio is off.
Jerry, your audio's off.
Stephen, Bizgear, your audio is off.
Now it's on.
All right, I was on. I had a call from Myrna Gershenson. I had to help her get her started. I don't know if she'll join us or not, but anyway, I'm back. I guess we should really get started. So with that, I will say hello, Normans. I'm Bob Cowan, your host and moderator of today's forum. It's really wonderful to see so many of you joining us. I haven't seen any of you for 63 years. Everyone get acquainted. Please make sure your profile includes your name, city, and state or country. If you haven't already done this, please take a moment now. If you need help, Dennis Applebaum will walk you through the process. So for those of you who don't have your name and address, would you listen to Dennis and he'll walk you through it.
I just got an email from Judy Coleman Everett. She said, would somebody please text her the link?
Ah.
I've sent it out about 5 times. I don't know what the story is with her.
It's in an
I'll send it to
email
you.
from Bob Cowan.
Yeah,
Is anybody forwarding it?
I can try to do that right now. I have
Thank you, Alan.
All right, so for everybody to set up their address, it looks like everyone has a name up. Do you want to set up your address after your name?
I put it in the chat.
Trying to figure out if my audio
was
is working.
In order for you to do that, you need to look at the list of names. If you have a list of names next to the pictures, and click on your own name. And if you click on your own name, your name will come up in a box, and there is
Just
an
go to
option to
participants.
rename.
Dennis, I'm not ready for that box.
It doesn't do it.
Mine doesn't do it either.
Yours doesn't do
Can you
it?
hear me, Bob?
Do you,
Mine
do
isn't.
you have,
And
do you have an address name
I
on your
Oh.
screen?
I put my
hello?
address in the
Yes.
chat. Is that
Yes.
going to work?
Yes, buddy. Myrna.
Take
I
a
have a
look
list
at
of-
the
I have a
bottom of
list
your
of Myrna, hello.
screen. Do you have an
Is that what it
option
is?
for participants?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
Click on
FHO.
participants and you should see your name among others come up.
What screen is fed?
What is that?
Where do I
The
find
bottom
that
of your
list?
That's at the bottom.
It should
At
be,
the very
it should
bottom,
be
it tells you
on your
participants.
screen,
There's a
listed in order on the
Participants.
right.
Yeah.
Doesn't do anything.
No,
Yeah.
everything I click on, nothing
So when you
happens.
click on participants, nothing comes up.
Nothing comes
Yes,
up
my
for
name
me.
comes up, but, oh, wait, let me try. No,
Then click on your name.
There's a little plus sign at the top left box. If you click, a bunch of people will.
Flushman's on, Squib's on. Oh, wow.
There's
Okay.
another way. There's another way that's easier. Click on your own pic. Put your mouse on your own picture on the screen. You'll see 3 dots in the upper right-hand corner.
See
Right.
that?
See that? Upper right-hand corner of your own picture. Click on that. And at the bottom, there's a list of things that says, one of them says at the bottom, rename.
Yeah.
Click on that and put in the name you want.
Beautiful.
Okay.
And then after your name, put your location wherever you are.
It does not let me do anything.
You mean?
that worked.
It's like locked.
Bob, can you hear me, or Dennis?
Well, they're all on my screen. Cool. Wow.
Realize it's 64 years.
It's a game.
Whoever has a child in the room, just mute your computer. Just mute. That way we don't have to hear your child playing.
Or your child.
Or dog or whatever
Child
else.
or great-grandchild.
Yeah,
I
whatever.
hope it's a great grandchild.
Who has the youngest
Just on
child?
all our Zoom conferences.
You can. Go ahead. Bob, can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you, bud.
Oh, okay.
How you doing, Julie?
I think your camera.
Okay, I
By
still
the way,
don't
Sherry,
have.
how you doing?
I
Sherry?
tried my phone. I had to get off the phone. Oh, no. Here I am back. Okay.
Hey guys, respectfully, it's 10 o'clock in England. And
I know you're
o'clock here.
facing.
Something better to do than
Hello,
walk
Diane.
away.
We sort of move on a little bit.
Be careful what
I think you're all set. Okay. Thank you.
you require.
Can you hear me, Bob? Dennis?
This is like.
It looks like a number of people have
Can
addresses
you hear me
up.
now?
Judy, did you get an address up?
Which Judy?
Judy Morgan, yeah.
Yeah. What was the
Hi,
question?
Judy Morgan.
Hi. Hi, love.
Judy, you haven't gotten an address yet? Is the
I'm
participants
in it
not
right
working
now.
for?
Yeah.
Okay,
I got
good.
the right place.
Bob, whenever I try, it's giving me a screen where I have to sign in again and read after I renamed and everything, but it's not allowing me to sit there and enter in my address and other information that you're asking.
True. I live in North Hollywood, California.
I don't think that
And
has.
I'm Ann Rosenwald Epstein.
Yeah, I am.
You got to remember that.
You can also put it in the chat if you want. That it might be easier, and then people can just write it down.
What, to do it as a chat, correct? Oh, no, Jim,
You
you're.
can chat also if you go up to the top and the dots. You can chat directly to somebody.
It looks like Bob has disappeared from my screen. Does anybody have him?
I have him.
Full screen.
Michael has disappeared from mine.
Bob is
There's
muted.
there's
Bob, you're
two
muted.
pages
There's
now.
2 pages now.
No, his name is there, but his face isn't. He was
I
there
see his face.
before.
Bob, you're on mute.
Ron Pucel has never appeared.
Hi, how are you, bud?
There's 2 pages if you have a small computer.
Right. But these are people who were on and now have disappeared.
I got to tell
I'm
you,
gonna ask you to help me. I can't get on
Myrna.
the Zoom call.
Who's saying that? Hello.
I can't hear
Hi,
me.
Myrna. It's Ann.
Where?
Can you hear us now?
Hi.
All right, do you think we can get started now, folks?
Okay.
Yeah, sure. Yes.
All right. The Zoom call is being recorded. Will be available on YouTube next week. You search for
how do we access it on YouTube?
okay, it's under BHHS Class of 61 Zoom call.
Great. Okay.
It sounds
Hey,
like
can you guys
technology
hear us?
training at the memory floor.
Screen sharing is also enabled if anybody wants to show photographs when they have their time.
Can you hear us?
Please
can.
mute. Please mute, all of you. Would you mute your mics now, please?
Oh dear.
So,
Down in the
Everybody know how to mute themselves, Marshall? You need to mute yourself. Marty,
Yes.
Beauty, you're on. Yay.
mute yourself. Move your cursor down to the corner of your screen and there's mute for video and audio. Mute yourself. Anybody else? Okay, here we go. Given a large amount of paper. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
It's left corner to mute your screen.
I'm not sure on your
Left
screen.
corner, extreme left
Mine,
corner.
at least.
Just put your mouse on top of audio and
Do you see it in the bottom corner?
lower bottom left-hand corner of your screen. Audio. It says
It
audio.
says audio. Just click it now.
That's it. Easy.
Can't find it.
Bob, can you hear me now?
Yes. All right, can we get started? Given the large amount of turnout, I was going to give everybody 5 minutes, but I think 3 minutes will do it. I'll call you in alphabetical order when it's your turn to unmute yourself and share your personal journey. After the first hour, we'll take a 10-minute break. When we return, we'll vote on whether to continue today or reconvene next Sunday at the same time. There's also been a request to hold grade school Zoom meetings as well. I'm happy to coordinate these. Just send me a list of your classmates you'd like me to be included. Let's get started. First, I'd like to express my gratitude to Sherry Burke and Alan Goldsmith for their assistance and encouragement. I'm currently seated. Well, she was here. Now I'll start my 3 minutes. We each have 3 minutes, and I'll put up a timer. So let me get the timer up and see if I can get me started. Whoever that is, I'm sorry I can't answer the phone. Anyway, I cannot find the timer now, of course.
Love it.
I'm so proud. My friend. And I am so proud.
Oh, hi, Susie.
Oh, well. All right. If you'd mute yourself, please, Carol. You know how to mute yourself?
Me?
Yes.
Oh, no, I don't. I'm a senior Civ Brain Insider. Oh, I see it. I can do that.
Thank you. All right. Now to commence. I'll start my 3 minutes. I relocated to Los Angeles from the East Coast with my family in 1955. I attended the second semester of 7th grade at Emerson Junior High and observed the construction of the Mormon Temple. The subsequent year, we moved to Beverly Hills and I attended Beverly Vista. One of our remarkable educators there was Ben Shaver. After graduating from Beverly High, I pursued higher education, and during the Vietnam War, I served in the Navy as an air crewman on a P-2V anti-submarine war aircraft. I've had a very diverse career, primarily focused on sales. I initiated my sales career by selling municipal bonds to banks and insurance companies across the nation. My largest client was Mutual of Omaha. Regrettably, I never had the opportunity to meet Marlon Perkins, who is best known as the host of the television show Mutual of Omaha's Wild Kingdom. Eventually, I transitioned to a stockbroker role at Merrill Lynch. After a few years, I departed from Merrill Lynch and spent a summer traveling in Europe, during which time Sue and I were married in London. Upon our return, I altered my career path and worked for the David Wise Company, the largest industrial auctioneer globally. One of his notable auctions featured all of the costumes from MGM Studios, including the shoes worn by Judy Garland in The Wizard of Oz. I was dispatched across the country to assist in setting up industrial auctions, including those at the Hams Brewery in San Francisco and the B.F. Goodrich Tire Factory in Los Angeles. Traveling for the company posed challenges as a newlywed. Therefore, I sought employment with a company that specialized in selling and installing closed-circuit television systems for commercial industrial users. One of the customers I had was the Chippendales, if you remember them. I started the first of three companies called Apollo Security, where I designed and installed alarm systems for wealthy clients, mostly in Beverly Hills, West LA, and Malibu. My customers included the half-brother, the Shah of Iran, Herb Alpert, known for the Tijuana Brass, as well as the actor who played Trapper John on MASH. In 1993, I sold my alarm company to a national firm and moved with my family to Oregon. We had spent every summer camping across the 9 western states and visiting many national parks, which made us fall in love with the Pacific Northwest. After retiring at 50, I took a year off to relax. Toward the end of that year, my accountant told me if I wanted to keep living the style I was accustomed to, I needed to get back to work. So I started my second company in the security industry. At one point, I was the largest ADT alarm dealer in the state of Oregon, with an additional branch in Salt Lake City, Utah. Later, I bought a franchise in a different field and ran it until I turned 70. Now I enjoy my retirement in the beautiful Northwest. After living here for 33 years, I often wish we had moved here 40 years ago. That's it. Next is Chuck Aaron. If you'd unmute yourself and tell us your life journey.
Hi, everybody. Well, let's see. I was born in Baltimore and I attended an Orthodox Jewish day school after being kicked out of kindergarten for being too hyperactive. We moved to LA when my father lost his company and money was very tight. So my parents and I and everybody in the family had to go to work. LA was kind of a shock because I was an awkward, naive kid. And we moved to the poor side of Beverly Hills so I could attend Beverly High. When I got there, I really felt kind of out of place. And my undiagnosed ADD made it really hard for me to focus in class as well. But I did make some friends, and I enjoyed choir and madrigal singers, and I started the folk singing club there. I also got a Vespa, and I scooted around LA with a couple of friends, Lex Gilbert, Dudley Glass, and Toby Murray from our class, who all had scooters. I started a little side business with Bob Farkas called A&F Photography, and we took pictures of school dances and parties and things of that sort. One night, Lex took me out and bought me my first non-kosher steak meal, and that was the last of my Orthodox Judaism. I moved back to Baltimore after I graduated with my family and commuted to University of Maryland and majored in English. I was bored and distracted in class, and I only excelled really in subjects that interested me. I'm really an assimilator, so instead of learning in class, I tend to learn more by watching, listening, and working on my own. And I'm a pretty fast and voracious reader when I'm interested in something. One day, we lived in an apartment in Baltimore, and one day a girl who lived with her family downstairs introduced herself at my front door. When I opened the door and first saw her, I was literally struck dumb. This tan, little beautiful girl with long brown hair and big brown eyes just sent shockwaves through me. And I knew on the spot that I was done. She was it for me. And now, 58 years later, Sue is still my wife and soulmate. I taught her how to drive my Vespa and how to play the auto harp, and we'd sing and occasionally perform together in local folk clubs in Baltimore. We have 2 beautiful daughters and 4 grandkids. I learned computer technology and worked in computer graphics and software consulting, and I did some technology-related startups and ultimately started my own management consulting business. I was very successful financially and driven by ambition, so I started traveling more and entertaining clients more. Back then, alcohol and drugs were everywhere, and I self-medicated until the mid-'80s when I was finally diagnosed officially with ADD, and I gave them all up in 1987. I've always been a seeker, so I've participated in just about every kind of therapy, body work, and all that stuff. And I learned transcendental meditation in 1973, and I've been doing that twice a day ever since, although I also do other kinds of meditation as well. I've always been musical, and at age 14, I bought my first guitar, and I taught myself how to play rock and roll, folk music, and bluegrass. And later I learned banjo and auto harp as well. As an adult, I continued my photography, and I also learned wood turning, and I sold my work in some local galleries until 2 years ago. I've also learned to paint, and I've married my painting, photography, and woodworking to create decorated bowls, pens, boxes, and plates. I still enjoy writing, and I'm also an organic and hydroponic gardener. So that's about it. Life is full and life is good. It's nice to see your faces again. Who's next?
Bob Cowan, you're muted.
Can I ask you a question? Zoom call with the classroom. God, these people look so old. Here is me.
Uh-huh.
Buddy, could you mute yourself, buddy? Could you mute yourself,
That's a good question.
buddy?
Well, because
Buddy?
that's you in a corner.
Yeah.
So there's
Buddy?
someone else behind you.
Buddy, could you mute yourself, please? Buddy?
So
Could you mute yourself? Okay. Next one, Joyce Alexander and Al Goldsmith. Everybody will get a chance.
no filters.
Okay, am I on?
Yep.
He hit like a,
Because I hear Buddy Brownstone.
like just hit that, and then he hit
Buddy?
mute.
Buddy Brandt?
Buddy, could you mute yourself,
I don't know how to
buddy?
do it, but
Bob, if you're the host, you can mute everybody.
Yeah, I know. All right.
So just do it because he hasn't muted it all the whole time.
Right. All right. Joyce, go ahead and get started.
Okay. After graduating from Beverly, I went to the University of Arizona, majoring in theater arts.
Not me.
I performed in all the musicals like Kiss Me Kate, South Pacific, and had the time of my life. After Arizona, I married Steve Sullivan, which was not the best decision I've ever made. And I went to work for the Mirish Film Company. In my early 20s, I became the story editor for that company, reading scripts and novels and writing synopses and giving suggestions on who I thought should direct or star in, like I would know. The Mirish Company was a hugely successful producing company, such films as The Apartment, Some Like It Hot, all the Pink Panther movies, West Side Stories, I could go on and on. I stopped working for a while, and Steve and I had 2 children, 2 sons.
I'm Bud, by the way. How you doing, Jeff? Jeff, nice to meet you. What do you got? And your lovely wife is.
But soon I got a call to become a story editor for a new company that was being formed called First Artists. The principals of this company were Barbara Streisand, Paul Newman,
You got your
Steve
microphone
McQueen,
on.
Sidney Poitier,
It's not
and
on
Dustin
mute,
Hoffman.
Sure, it would be.
Joyce, can you hold on a second?
I'm
Buddy?
dying. I'm just dying here.
Okay.
I think it's fine.
Anybody can tell me where to mute him? I can't find it on my.
I don't know. There's everybody there, right? Yeah.
What if we?
I know you can do it. I know you can do it as host.
If the host, listen, if the host goes to participants, then
I
the
just
host
got
can
it.
mute.
Yeah, you
I
just did
just
it.
got it. I
Thank
just
you.
got it. Thank you.
Okay.
Joyce, thank you. Iris Altman, you're around?
I'm not
Iris?
finished.
Okay, Iris Altman.
Okay, but I'm going to continue. Right?
Well, yeah, go ahead.
Okay. Soon I became a story editor for a new company that was being formed called First Artists. The principals of this company were Barbara Streisand, Paul Newman, Steve McQueen, Sidney Poitier, and Dustin Hoffman. How do you say no to a group like that? The idea was for all of these mega stars to produce a control over the aspect of that film. Each film was a financial disaster, and the company folded. But Barbara remembered me and wanted me to come work for her. I was now a divorced single mom of 2 toddlers, and I told her no. I just didn't want to work full time. So she said, so you'll work 3 days a week. I ended up being with Barbara Streisand for 10 years, involved in every aspect of her life. If she was filming, I was at the studio of Shins. She is an incredible woman, and I learned a lot from her. Our relationship continues today, and in fact, a few months ago, she called and said, "Are you sure you don't want to come back with me?" I assured her I did not. While working with Barbara, my BFF, Tony Howard, you all remember her, fixed me up with the love of my life, Harvey Harris. We were editing A Star is Born in Barbara's Malibu house at the time, and I kept putting him off and putting off. Finally, we met. He was 20 years older than me, and I didn't care. So we ended up together, and it was soon Harvey and I were married, and his sons were having babies. So I became a grandmother in my 30s. So now these kids are having babies, and I am the proud great grandmother of 6. Harvey had retail clothing stores and wanted me to become a buyer for the 27 stores. To tell you the truth, by this time I wanted to be with Harvey more than Barbara. So I left Barbara, and she totally understood. So now I was a fashion buyer going to New York on buying trips, doing it all by the seat of my pants. Harvey and I had a great time working together. We were married for 30 fabulous years. How lucky was I? I have been on my own now for 20 years since Harvey passed away, and I'm fine with it. I would not give up those 30 years for anything. I stay busy with hip hop dance classes, boxing classes, and golf. And all those fabulous children, each one so special and each one such a major part of my life. So yes, I stay busy, and I feel so lucky to have had the life I've had and the life experiences that I've experienced.
Thank you, Joyce.
Wow.
Iris Altman. Iris, are you there? Okay, I guess you, Dennis, you're up. Dennis Applebaum? Where did he go? Dennis? I guess we'll come back to Dennis. Andrea Oster?
Sorry, I was muted.
Oh, okay, go ahead. You're on.
Sounds like everybody went back to the time of your initial egg that you were all born. I kind of skipped ahead and sort of picked up after high school. But actually, I was born in Beverly Hills. We stayed in the same house for the whole time that I was there. Both my sisters went to Beverly Hills High School. And of course, I did as well for the full 4 years. Currently, I live in Danville. We live in Danville for the last 20 years with my wife, Lisa. Lisa and I actually first met when I was living in San Francisco over 50 years ago, but didn't reconnect until 10 years later. And after a few years together, we married in 1986. We have one daughter, Alice, who lives in Venice Beach, California. After that, I was first recruited by Chevron Oil of California, which changed to Chevron Corporation during my senior year at UCLA. But I declined at the time and went to Loyola Law School for a year when Chevron again pursued me. This time they were successful with an offer of graduate school at USC and a concurrent oil field manufacturing and analytical training program in all their operations. After a couple of years in San Francisco, I joined one of their new overseas operating companies. I served in various US based roles for a few years until a position opened in South America. That started a long career, which ended about 30 years after, with resident positions or responsibilities in a number of countries worldwide on every continent except Antarctica. During that time, I moved 27 times. One of my assignments was in Newfoundland, and I only bring this one up just because it was sort of unusual. We transferred to Eastern Canada, which is where Newfoundland is located. And my daughter was 11 months at the time, and it was a resident assignment. And we moved into basically a fishing community, which was converted by the oil business, our oil business, since we had 7 partners, including Chevron and Mobil and a few others. And we converted that fishing community to an oil field service community, which basically saved the island from going bankrupt. It was a very poor island because they depended completely on codfish fishing, which had stopped in the late 80s and early 90s, and they had no other source of income. So the oil business came just.
Dennis, 1 minute. 1 minute. You got 1 minute. Go ahead.
The oil business had a chance to actually revive that community. I retired from Chevron, as it is now known, over 25 years ago. I then started my own mid-sized company consulting business, leveraging my Chevron experience. The new company that I had essentially was targeting strategic planning, finance, and various operations. And after 20 years and several business transactions, I retired more than 5 years ago, right before COVID. Today, I spend most of my time trying to stay fit, walking 20 miles and swimming 5 miles a week. I manage my own investments. I care for my wife, who's enduring a number of illnesses and has mobility issues. And last but not least, I provide moral and financial support for my daughter, Alice, who is developing her own businesses and independence. Finally, we escape at least once a year to Maui, our happy place. That's it.
Thank you, Dennis. Andrea Oster. Andrea, you here? Vicki Burke. Vicki Burke, you around? Vicki? Okay. Paul Bergman, you're up.
Thank you. Hi, everybody. I'll be brief. I just want to say it's delightful to see everyone looking so well and being together here. And what a joy. Thank you, Bob, and thanks everybody who's here. I've been a law teacher, a very serendipitous career for me. Kind of fell into it accidentally. So I do law teaching. I do a lot of academic and writing. And in terms of current activities, I do a lot of volunteer work at Bet Teshuva. That's a residential addiction treatment center. If you have anybody with problems, most of their people come from prisons and the streets. We never turn away anybody for lack of money. The facility itself is across the street from the old Helps Bakery on the edge of Culver City. My wife and I volunteer since we moved to Pasadena at the Pasadena Museum of History. We're docents. We give tours of one of the original Pasadena mansions. I try to make up ghost stories as best I can so people will think they had a good time. And they won't remember anyway, anything I tell them. And then I do about 30 programs a year to groups of lawyers, judges, and community groups using courtroom film clips to educate and entertain, I hope. So, and we don't have the greatest family life, my wife and I. We're very happy together, but we're lucky to be with a large group of friends. We don't have exotic travel interests. We love just sharing good times with friends. And may we all continue to be well. And thank you all for being here.
Thank you, Paul. Steve Bisgear.
Thank you. Can you hear me?
Yep. Go
All
ahead.
right, good. Paul, nice hearing from you, by the way. You look good. Anyway, mine will be kind of crisp and objective, I hope. We moved to Beverly Hills when when I started high school, so I really didn't share the grammar school experience with anybody. And after Beverly, I went to Cal undergraduate and law school at Bolt with actually with Bruce Flushman and with Paul Bergman. In 1966, I married a young woman who is from Glencoe, Illinois, which is a beautiful, quiet northern suburb of Chicago on Lake Michigan. We moved in 1970. She wouldn't live anywhere else, and I've lived there. We've lived there ever since. We were married for 56 years. She died 3 years ago of Alzheimer's, but I still live in the same house that we've lived in for 40 years. Got 3 kids, 7 grandkids, ages from 24 to 7. My family has been the center of my life forever. Always been close to my kids, extremely close to them and my grandkids. I retired as a lawyer 10 years ago. I worked for a small firm in Chicago that was mostly as a commercial litigator. And our specialty in later years was defending other law firms that got sued for legal malpractice, including defending some larger law firms. It was pretty interesting practice. I spend my time these days working out, keeping up with current events, visiting my family, and kind of puttering around. I guess I'd give myself maybe a B- as a cook and an A- as a dishwasher. Getting good at that. I lived I think kind of a 50s kind of life, a family man, married with kids, a lawyer, lived in the burbs. Not spectacularly exciting or unique, but happy and fulfilling enough for me. So that's my story, everybody. And thanks, Bob, very much for setting this up. Our high school years were pretty powerful and special years for all of us. So it's great to see people.
Okay, Steve, nice seeing you, and great story. Next one is Donna Boyer. Donna, are you around? Steve, would you mute yourself, please?
Yes.
Donna Boyer? I guess a no-show. Buddy, you're up. Buddy Brandt? I guess he can't hear. Bill Broder? Bill Broder?
Yeah, I'm here. How are you doing?
Go ahead.
Well, I think Buddy's going to be able to, whatever. I'll just go quickly. Most of my time at Beverly High School, I spent working at my dad's club, the Standard Club on Motor Avenue. So I didn't have much after school activities. But once I graduated Beverly, I have music playing, went into the Army, in the Army Reserves, which was the smartest decision I think I've made up until that point in my life, because I was out of the service by 1964 because of the reserves. Working at my dad's club, then went to UCLA and studying to be an accountant. And I happened to come across a letter on my dad's desk from an accounting firm in Century City, who were the business managers for Jack Lemmon. I said, "What's a business manager?" And he told me. I said, that sounds pretty good. So I got an interview with them, and I've been there ever since. Got married in 1965. My wife and I just last week celebrated our 60th wedding anniversary. We have 4 children and 9 grandchildren. All of them, all the children are doing well, all successful. My grandchildren are incredible. And I love to cook. My wife and I love photography. We travel across the world many times, come back with 15,000 images, and we put together photographic books of our travels. And it's been a very interesting life. And I appreciate the opportunity to get to see everybody that I didn't know that well in high school. In any event, very good.
Okay, Bill, thank you very much. I remember your dad's club and remember going there as a kid in high school. It was great. Anyway, next is Lynn Brody. Lynn, are you around? Lynn? Sherry Burke.
No, no, I'm here. I had to
Okay.
unmute it. Yeah.
Okay, go ahead, Lynn. By
Thank
the way,
you,
do you see
Bob.
the timer?
Thank you, Bob, for doing this. I think it was a brilliant idea. Um, After I left Beverly, I got my bachelor's, my master's, and my PhD. I got my PhD one day. I married the love of my life the next day. After that, I taught from about 1969 to 1977. And then I got 3 appointments at Stanford, 2 postdocs, and 1 visiting scholar. I retired to take care of my kids. My daughter never understood it till now when she has children. Have 2 wonderful kids, a son and a daughter, 5 grandkids, and 5 grand animals. We live in New England and Beverly Hills, and that's it.
Okay, thank you very much.
You're welcome.
Next is Carol Brown. Would you mute, Lynn, would you mute yourself, please? Mute
Yeah.
yourself. You know how to mute yourself? Put your there you go. Carol Brown, you here?
Yeah, I'm
Carol?
here.
All right, go ahead. You're up.
Hi. Lynn, did you say what you taught? You told the degrees, but I don't think you said the department or what it was.
I am unmuted it. I'm a social psychologist.
Oh, interesting.
In the Department of Sociology. There's 2 social psychological departments, one in psych, one in soc. I'm in soc.
Boy, that changed a lot during your tenancy.
It sure did.
Wow. Well, nice to know you.
Nice to know you too.
Hi, I'm Carol. I was Carol Brown. I'm now Carol Rusoff, and I live in upstate New York. And I'm a happy grandma, and looking forward to great grandmotherhood. Or there is no signs of it yet, but we've got little time left. Let's go. And I make theater. I used to teach and direct, and I still teach and direct. And now I've founded a new local up here in upstate New York theater company. And I'm a widow and I miss my husband, but I am also having the time of my life, actually. It's a very good time for me because I don't know what I'm going to die of yet, and I'm vertical. So those things are good, right, for all of us. So I'm very happy, and I'm happy to see people I actually know here, many more who I don't. But wishing you all as peaceful as possible and smooth.
Well, thank you. Marshall, would you mute yourself, Carol, please? Marshall, you're up. Marshall Brown? Marshall?
Dennis, I'm here if you want to talk.
All right, go ahead, Marshall. Wait a minute, that's Buddy Brandt. All right, buddy, you're go ahead.
Well, I'm driving, but that's okay. I just want to thank you and Dennis and your committee for putting this together. I mentioned that last week. After high school, I enlisted in the Army, and then I went to UCSB for my undergraduate and Loyola for my master's, and then I went into private practice as a PhD psychologist. And I just want to keep it short, like Jim Conte said. And I just want to wish everybody well, stay healthy. I'm very involved still in sports and basketball, tennis, and running. And a little bit every day is going to keep our longevity. So great to hear everybody's story. And I'm so sorry that I was available, but I'm so sorry that I wasn't able to connect with you. So wish everybody well and hope that we do this again. Thank you.
Buddy, will you mute yourself, please?
Well, I tried to do that before, but I think you have to unmute me.
Well, I'm not sure how to get to it, but if you just keep your voice, keep the noise down, and we'll go to the next one. Marshall Brown? Marshall?
He's not, he's traveling, I think. He put something in the, he sent an email with a little information about himself and said he was going to be traveling at this point.
Okay. Thank you for your information. Juan Bueno. Juan? Juan around? Valerie Byron. Valerie, there you go. Valerie Byron? Is that you? Lynn Harper, are you Valerie Byron?
Nope, I'm Lynn Harper.
Okay, well, I'm calling for Valerie Byron. Not here. Lynn, would you mute yourself? Evidently, that brings you up if you are muted.
I can only keep quiet because I'm on the cell and there's no mute button.
Okay, fine. Next, Marty Carlin. Marty?
Yeah.
You're up. You're muted. Marty, you're muted. You're muted. Marty, you're muted. You're muted. There you go. Go ahead.
Is it okay now?
Yep.
Okay. Well, it's nice to see familiar faces. A little bit about my background. Actually, my parents moved to Beverly Hills right before I started freshman year. I was living in a different part of town, and I was going to Audubon Junior High School, where I had my lunch money stolen almost every day, and tearing up my books and school supplies. And my parents didn't think I'd survive at Dorsey, which was in competition with Manual Arts to be one of the toughest, nastiest schools in Los Angeles. So they moved to Beverly Hills. And actually, I think the first few people that I met was Bob Cowan, Buddy Brandt, Ron Cooper, and those were my first friends that kind of got me started in Beverly Hills. Anyhow, uh, uh, fast forward to my beginning my senior year, I started going with Nancy Sweet, who became my wife. Uh, you know her from a lot of school activities. She was one year behind us. And after graduating, I went to UCSB for a couple of years and then transferred to UCLA. Graduated UCLA and then entered dental school at University of Pennsylvania. So we got a very quick start on our family, actually. I have a daughter and son. They were both born when I was a dental student. Uh, that's amazing because I really hadn't earned any serious money other than summer jobs. And here I was at school getting a student discount from the obstetrician at University Hospital. And gosh, if it weren't for my parents, I don't know what would have happened, but it was a crazy time. Uh, Graduated from dental school and went into the Air Force. Uh, Practiced dentistry there for a couple of years in Abilene, Texas. And Abilene was just a horrible place. But I was very happy to be there because it would have been Da Nang or someplace similar if I wasn't in Texas. I like Texas a lot, but just not Abilene. Um, then I came back from the Air Force, and Nancy and I bought our first home, which was actually on Lapeer between Gregory and Charleville. And all of our neighbors thought that we had lost our minds because we paid $130,000 for this nice 3-bedroom, 2-bath house. And oh gosh, I've got music in the background. How dramatic. Lovely.
That's the end of your 3 minutes, Marty.
Oh,
Wrap
is
it
it?
up.
Oh,
Yep.
okay. Well, uh, bring it back to the present. I'm remarried. Nancy and I divorced after 18 years, and I spent 10 years interviewing. And now I'm with my second wife, Carolyn, and we're doing fine. We're living in Upper Bel Air area, near Mulholland and Beverly Glen, and things are good. Staying busy, uh, having fun most I can, and staying vertical. So I'll mute myself. And by the way, when you keep saying mute, 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 I got flashbacks of Mrs. Schmidt. She always used to say that. Mute yourself. So I will say goodbye.
Thank you,
Nice
Marty.
story, Marty. Nice story.
Dick Caruso, are you around? Dick? Nope.
Dick
Adrian Shaw? Mel, would you mute yourself?
Yes.
Please. Adrian Shaw? I guess not. Kathy Coleman? Kathy, are you around? That's not either. Judy Coleman?
Judy Coleman's right here.
Okay, knock your socks off. Go.
Okay, so
Do you see the timer, by the way?
what? Yeah,
Do you
2
see a
minutes.
timer?
Yeah, but you're taking up my time. Stop talking.
Sorry.
Okay, so after high school, I went to the Chouinard Art Institute. I got my Bachelor of Fine Arts after 4 years, and probably the best time of my life. I married, had 3 children, have 3 children. I, just for the record, have 10 grandchildren and 5 great-grandchildren, or no, 6 great-grandchildren. My oldest great-grandchild is 20. Jeez. Anyway, I have been married 3 times. My third marriage was the real one. I was married to Connor Everett, the artist, and he passed away 10 years ago. And then I connected with Mel Nevsky. Remember Mel Nevsky, everybody? We lived together for 8 years. But I'm moving to New York. Betty, I'm moving to New York. Hopefully before the end of the year. Because I have more family in New York than I have here, and I miss my family. I miss my daughter, especially Karen Friedman Agnifilo. I'm going to do some name dropping. Karen Friedman Agnifilo is Luigi Mangioni's attorney, and her husband Mark Agnifilo is P. Diddy's attorney. And I don't want to miss the fanfare, so that's not why I'm moving. I'm moving because I have more family there than here, and I don't want to miss anything. That's my story, and I'm sticking to it. That's it.
Good, Judy. Good deal.
Thank you, Judy. Buddy, hold on. Jim Conti?
Yes, hi, everybody. Very nice to be here. Thank you, Bob, very much. I'll keep it short. I shared some highlights in an email last night. I've been a writer all my life, primarily as a copywriter for different advertising agencies, including Disney. And I've been blessed to have many wonderful things in my life, including a lot of travel around the world. I've was married for 35 years to a wonderful woman. She left the planet 9 years ago, and I've been single since. Lived a lot of different places. I love the Pacific Northwest. And I would just refer people, if they want to know a little bit more about me, I have a website, which is letmerememberthis.com. I've written 6 books, mostly collections of essays on all aspects of this amazing human adventure. And one memory I would share, I shared with Steve Bisgare, high school memory when we were seniors. We would get up early in the morning, Denny Peterson, Donnie Anson, Steve, and myself, play 9 holes of golf at El Rancho, have breakfast in the clubhouse, and then drive to high school to go to class. And it's a very, very fond memory. I'm just delighted to see everybody, know that everyone's doing well. I am, and I appreciate the opportunity to be here and enjoying everybody else's story too. So I'll sign off with that. Thanks.
Thank you, Jim. Nice to hear from you. Mary Corey, are you here? Mary? Okay. Sue
Mary sent
Cornell?
me a note that she had to leave at 2:20.
Ah, okay. Well, sorry about that. Sue Cornell? Sue? Next is Harry Cozen. Harry around? Julie Curland? Chris Dant? Jeff Davidian? Leslie Darch?
Julie's here. There she is. Julie just couldn't get on the sound.
Yeah, I just couldn't get on.
I
But
have
I'm
a
on
quick
now.
question.
Go ahead.
I have a quick question.
Okay.
Are you going by maiden names for the
Never
women?
mind.
Or
Oh, my maiden name is Curland. Okay.
okay.
Am I on?
Yep.
Okay. Now I know I'm losing it because did anybody else put on Cologne for a Zoom call? Probably not. Anyway, I think that's funny.
I do too.
Anyhow, here I am in Los Angeles. Hi, bud. Here I am in Los Angeles. Actually, I live maybe 2 blocks from Marty Carlin, but I haven't seen him the 13 years we've lived here. I live in a townhouse that first belonged to Diane Gerdwin's parents back in the 70s. So that's interesting too. Okay, I've been with my husband Dennis for 63 years, married for 60 of those. Actually, it's Dennis the dentist. He took care actually of many Norman patients, including several in our class, as well as his father, who was a pediatrician, also took care of several people in our class. So we are townies for sure. We've got 2 daughters. Kara lives in Rancho Santa Fe. Jana lives in Camarillo. And 2 grandchildren. Maddie lives in Chicago, and she's some kind of a computer whiz. I have no idea what she does, even though she tells me every time I ask her. My grandson, Will, 27, is a TV reporter on Channel 3 NBC in Las Vegas. So that's fun too. After UCLA, I taught school in Santa Monica, became a mother, and joined the Housewives of Beverly Hills Post Office. I love those years, actually. They were great. Carpools, volunteering, Girl Scout troop leading, traveling. Favorite trip, helicopter and hiking on Mendenhall Glacier in Alaska. We love that. That was one of our best things. And I took both of my grandchildren to the Europe location of their choice when they were 16, one at a time, went to Austria and went to Italy. That was fabulous. And if you can do it, it's a wonderful way to be with them. When our girls were at Westlake, I was at Westlake School for Girls. I was hired to be their special event coordinator, and I planned about 50 events a year, and I did that for about 5 years, doing graduation, the ring ceremonies, the catering, the florists. I loved it. But then I broke my ankle while I was substitute teaching, and that ended my catering career, along with the merger of Harvard Boys School with Westlake.
Julie,
Anyway,
that's your 3 minutes. That's your
what?
3 minutes. That's your 3 minutes.
Oh, my 3 minutes. Okay.
Yep.
All right. Well, anyway, thanks for organizing this. I see a lot of Beverly friends. We have lunches, dinners, get together. I took Paul's class with Osher at UCLA. That was fun. Had a happy safe, wonderful, healthy life. And I wish the same for all of you. It's wonderful to see you. And I love watching what you're writing online. Bye.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you.
We're now at the end of 1 hour. Do you want to keep going or do this pick up next Sunday or whatever? What would you prefer? Why don't we all take about 10 minutes and come back and we'll see what everybody wants to do.
Bob, this is Terry. I am writing for my sister who lives in London where it's already 11 o'clock. Can we let her go and then take our break so she can go to bed?
Sure.
Thank you, Tara.
All right, go ahead real quick.
Okay.
She gets her 3 minutes.
Yes.
I didn't prepare anything. I think in many ways I'm more interested in where we all are now than where we were. I think I assume that we were all very lucky with our upbringing and our background and our education. And I think everybody will have done well with the various pitfalls and ups and downs. At present, I volunteer for food banks. I drive. I'm still an avid golfer. I tell people about the time in Beverly Hills and they're amazed. And as I hear myself recounting it, I'm amazed as well at the times we had. And what was the name of the drive-in that had Cherry Lime Ricky's down on Wilshire Boulevard? If anybody remembers it, let me know.
Dolores.
Dolores is, yes, thank you. I went to UCSB. I didn't realize that a few people here did as well. And I mean, again, my dormitory had a sea view, extraordinary. And I got married at 19, which lasted a very short time because in those days, I mean, you'll probably all remember, we didn't live together. We didn't know people. You had to get parental permission. So you married instead, and in that case, it wasn't successful, but it has been since. And going to UCSB was the first time I realized the world wasn't predominantly white, rich, and Jewish, because whether we like it or not, that's what Beverly High modeled for us. And that was an eye-opener. I miss Terry terribly now, and I did then. It was quite extraordinary to be just known as Tony Hillman and not one of the Hillman twins. That's a real twin thing. My abiding memories are Carol Brown loving going to Malibu with you and your family, and Diane Gerdwin, so many memories, and we've just got to get together. Anyway, it's lovely to see you all. I wish you well, and if you come through London, just email me and I'll come to town and I'll meet you. That's me.
Thank you, Tony. You have a good evening. Let's take a 10-minute break and let's come back and we'll decide what we want to do again. Thanks.
Okay. Right.
Bob, why don't you leave it open so people can talk during the break? Bob?
We can just unmute ourselves.
Yes, I think that's great.
Yeah, just unmute yourself and keep up the conversation.
Well, at least I get to see you, Terry. Your sister go to sleep?
Your sister got a new accent again, huh?
Oh,
Terry?
that's a great picture.
Got it
Hi,
back.
Chuck.
Oh, I did call you.
Hi, Judy
Terry.
Drill here. Hi.
Terry, it's too bad she didn't talk about those amazing
Can't hear
felted
me.
dolls that she does.
They are quite.
They're so amazing. They're just extraordinary.
They are. They are.
You
And
guys
I
are
love our
both
detail.
incredibly
It's just
talented women.
I love those dolls.
All right.
Your paintings are wonderful, Terry.
Thank you. Thank you. Wait a minute now. Oh, there's everybody. Okay. The one thing I said before when we were getting together early, I'm so aware that there were very small segments of our class. There were not that many people that I was close to. I think part of it was a twin. I think part of it was we tended to hang, at least I did, with small groups. There were the very cool kids. Is Joyce still on? I accused Joyce of being one of the very cool kids.
You know what was really nice? What was really, really great was that you could be friends with people from all different groups.
Yeah.
That's what was really terrific.
Yeah.
is you may have had your core friends, but you could also be friends with other people.
Do you know what I flashed on the other day? Speaking of privilege, for some reason I thought about the gym with that basketball court that opened up over the pool.
Well, they have another
Swim
pool
gym.
now.
It's
Oh
called the swim gym.
no!
Yeah, they kept that, but somebody said they have another pool, or they're building another
They're
pool.
building another pool, I think.
They're
But I was in the gym not too long ago because my nephew played on the basketball team, and I took pictures of it, the closing into it's the most amazing
Yeah,
gym,
it is.
I think, worldwide. It's so beautiful.
It's in the movies.
It's in the
Yeah, it's in the
movies,
movies.
yeah.
Right.
I'd like
Is
to
there still
talk
an
something.
oil well? There's the
No.
oil well pump anymore?
I
No,
don't
I think they
think
capped it
I don't
off.
think so.
I'd
They
like to
capped it
toss
off.
something out to all of you, and that is each of us, when we went to college and went onwards, when we were in high school, we evaluated ourselves by our peers naturally. When I went to college, and I'm sure a lot of you had the same thing, there were kids coming in 4.0 averages, taking dumbbell math, taking dumbbell English. None of us probably even had that experience. We just took regular English comp and all the rest.
You don't work here, do you?
No,
You look like with a red label.
Our education at Beverly Highs was just outstanding for a high school. I mean, we were so privileged.
Who's talking?
And
Yeah, I
we
can't
learned
see.
so much.
Who is talking?
I'd like to ask a question. How can we see the person who is talking? So I'm having a hard time. I hear who's talking, but I don't see who's
It's outlined very
Outlined in
strongly.
I can't see him either.
Yeah,
Okay,
it's
either.
outlined in green.
Highlighted. The face is
If you
highlighted.
if you go up to the right-hand corner where it says view,
Yeah.
click
You can
on
do
that,
that.
and then you have a choice of
Oh.
gallery or speaker. And if you put
Wonderful.
speaker on,
Right.
then you're seeing
But
me
when
talk.
when you have gallery, it's outlined in green.
Right.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you.
So Buddy's still speaking.
Buddy Brown.
Yeah, but at least we don't have to see the inside of his ear anymore.
Bob, are you going to are you calling people by their maiden names for the women, or?
Yes.
Okay, thank you.
Betty, what are you sharing?
Betty.
I'm sharing the funniest thing I got recently, but it's so perfect
Texting
for us.
seniors.
Can
Oh,
you
yeah,
see?
that's
Yeah.
Yeah.
Very good.
Stacey,
Your own teeth.
for my arm,
I got where I was.
Yeah.
I can't see the bottom.
7 over in pharmacy.
Wait a minute. I'm sorry. Now I can't see it.
My fingers.
Really. Anyway, I have to go.
How do we get back to where we were?
By a ball, and I have no idea.
Buddy, take good care.
Is shopping.
Further right.
Betty, take good care.
Buddy,
Hi, everybody.
Oh, like
Judy.
Somebody do something about Buddy.
Oh.
I'm trying.
What do you suggest?
11.
Oh,
Day 11.
You don't want to know, Joyce.
Oh my
My
God.
goodness.
Now we're in the store with him.
Nothing in the yearbook, just, for like the worst technologist.
The thing, what I found, this is Jerry. Excuse me, this is Jerry Mund. What I found when I started college was I was in competition with a lot of kids who had gone to prep schools, private East Coast prep schools, and that even our advanced classes weren't that good compared to them. I mean, they'd read the entire Odyssey and the entire Iliad and so on and so forth, and we'd read one chapter in the English in Action book. So we had a good education, but it could have been better. And later, it became better, not for us, but when they had the advanced placement classes, which didn't exist when we were in high school. What they did was they took the top whatever percent of our students and sent them to UCLA for classes, which didn't help any of the rest of us. So
I need to find a couple things. Could someone help me?
Oh my God.
Buddy, can you turn off your phone?
Bob, Bob, can you mute Buddy, please?
He's on his phone. He can't mute on his phone.
Bob, if you're
Turn it
there,
off.
if you're there, you can mute everybody and then people can unmute. And that'll take care. There he goes.
Now he's muted.
He's not there.
Bud's gone. Bud's gone.
Oh, there he is.
Okay,
but his
Buddy's
voice is
I
gone.
finally
talking.
found it. I finally found how to mute him. He's muted again.
Thank you.
Thank you.
You know what I want to know? We're all the same age. Does anybody have the experience? If you said to me, how old are you? I think I'd probably say 60 something.
Me too. Me
We've
too.
been fortunate, but
That
the
old?
other is how time has gone.
37.
Someone will say 1995, and I'll go, oh, that was just the other
I
day.
know.
Yeah.
It's
30 years ago.
2005,
Yeah.
2015. That's 40 years.
Youngest.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's quite amazing.
Well,
Stand
10
next-
minutes just about up. Go ahead, Steve.
Stand next to a 60-year-old and you'll know we don't look 60.
You mean they can
Well-
stand straight?
We graduated.
10 minutes have
for 4
passed.
years.
Let's decide. Do we want to continue on? I know some of you are on the East Coast, or
Yes,
shall we
please.
postpone this till next Sunday?
I can't.
Can't do
I
it
say,
Sunday.
Continue.
I say
can't either.
postpone.
I can't be here next Sunday, so I'd rather continue.
Continue. I'm not available.
I say postpone, but what can I say?
Well, remember, it's being recorded and you can see it on YouTube next week if you're not going to stay around.
Perhaps the ones that-
I'm sorry, I couldn't get a consensus one way or the other.
Perhaps those
Ask them
that
to raise
want to
hands, Bob.
leave.
Raise hands.
Try another half hour.
If you want to continue, raise your hand. That's how to do it. Okay, look at that.
Okay.
Nowhere to
Well,
go.
all right. Let's
Bob,
get
Bob,
on.
maybe there's one thing that you can do is just call on the people who are on the screen rather than just go down the alphabetical list.
Good idea.
And
But
that
they're
might
not
speed
alphabetical on the screen.
Are you
No, no, no,
continuing
Is it
for
like-
half an hour? Or
And if you go
For
for
the whole
maybe
hour.
another half hour, let's just see who's left.
All right. Well, you want to just do it from the screen rather than from the list of kids?
My 2 cents is you were going to need to do both.
All right. Well, Al Goldsmith, you're up.
Oh, okay. Well, I didn't prepare anything. It's great to see all of you. This is really a pleasure, very enjoyable. And I'm friends with some of the people on the screen still to this day. I went to a different elementary school every year, first, second, third, fourth grade, and then I switched to Beverly Vista in the fifth grade. Then I went to a school in LA in the sixth grade and Pastor Junior High in the seventh. I came back to Beverly Vista for the eighth, and then I spent 4 years, in high school at Beverly High. My family just kept moving around. My father wanted to be rich and famous, and we just jumped around from every time he got a raise or was more successful in his business. We moved to a bigger, better house until we finally ended up on North Elm Drive between Santa Monica and Sunset. And we lasted there 4 years. And then he went downhill and he went bankrupt. And I ended up in a little apartment on Overland sharing a 9 by 12 bedroom with my brother who was at UCLA. The music went on. Okay. That's your timer for the 10-minute interruption.
Okay, go ahead.
Okay. So I went to, after I didn't do great at Beverly, I had like a C plus average, and I went to Santa Monica City College for 1 year, and then I was in the Army Reserve. I came back to Santa Monica, and I got accepted to UCLA, but I was madly in love with a girl that only could get into Cal State. And of course, my first big dumb mistake in life was going to Cal State Northridge because I was in love with her. She dumped me for David Safran, right? One of our classmates. And so I graduated from there, and then I went to law school at University of San Diego. And when I was there, I was the president of an organization called Law Students Civil Rights Research Council, president for the California chapter. I went to Mississippi in 1967 in the Voting Rights Project, accompanied by about 300 other law students from around the United States and FBI agents and ACLU lawyers to enforce voting rights in Mississippi. It was a great experience. I got out of law school. I had done a lot of draft counseling in law school. I was, against the war in Vietnam. So I took the first job that came along, which was as a draft lawyer, and I practiced law for 2 years. And it was amazing because I was just a new lawyer, 27 years old. I knew nothing. And I was arguing criminal cases in federal district court, which was really so much above my level. But that's where draft cases were. So it was a fantastic experience. I married a girl that I met while I was in San Diego in law school. We were both bicycle enthusiasts. She started a bike store in 1971 when she graduated from college. It was called Bikeology on Wilshire and Federal. To make a long story short, she retired after 1 year to start having a family. And I opened 16 bicycle stores. I created a mail order catalog that sold products all over the world, high-tech bike parts. I was the first website selling bike parts. Before I got married, let's see some interesting things. I was on the dating game in 1966 and 67, 7 times. I have the record of being the most frequent contestant. And no, I never got selected because I was only interested in being a wise guy and making jokes and not really getting the date. But on the last day I was there, the last time I was there, I met Chuck Barris, the producer, who was amazed that I got through. He thought I bribed somebody. How did I get on 7 times? And he hired me to be a production assistant. One of the greatest jobs I ever had was working at the dating game, the newlywed game, all of these Chuck Barris shows. The guy was fantastic. It was the most exciting thing. He begged me to stay, keep working for him. I said, no, I got to go back to law school. That was after my first year. I want to be a lawyer, not in the entertainment business. Um, I let's see. We lived in Santa Monica, Point Dume. I came to Pacific Palisades in 1977. Bought a house in the Highlands. My first wife Susie passed away from pancreatic cancer. I remarried in 1992. Her name is Daryl Barnett, and she was a middle school teacher at Paul Revere Middle School. We've lived in Palisades the whole time. I ran for office in the Pacific Palisades Community Council. I was elected as the Highlands area rep 2 times and at the at-large rep, which is kind of like, well, it's elected by the whole community. Another 2 times. I termed out, and then I was the business advisor. Now I'm just a gadfly and an agitator, in the in Palisades. My house was damaged in the fire from smoke and soot, and things in the garden, patio table, furniture, things like that were destroyed. But we remediated. We stayed in a hotel in Marina Del Rey for 4 months. We came back at the end of May. We're living here now. It's kind of depressing because there is no village, but where we live, we live in a gated community, and out of 75 homes, only 2 were destroyed. So it feels, where we live, it feels normal. But if you go east into Palisades Village, it looks like Hiroshima, or Gaza. It's a disaster.
Alan,
Yes.
Alan, your 3 minutes is just about up.
Okay, I'll just wrap it. I have 2 sons. One's an attorney, big shot guy that works for Oracle. The other attorney is a chef and a caterer in Santa Barbara. I travel a lot in Europe. My hobby is languages. I speak Italian and French and Spanish. I'm into art, but futurism art, which is early 20th century. I ride my bike 3 or 4 times a week. I raced bikes for a while. I was no good. The highest I ever got was a second place in a second rate race. I'm in really good health. I go to the gym 3 or 4 times a week. And that's my life. Thanks for listening. I want to just say one thing. Seeing all you guys, it reminds me of one person. I know we lost a lot of great people, but Denny Peterson was just an amazing guy. I always felt he could be president. He was like Ronald Reagan. He made everybody feel like he was their friend. He was intelligent. He was refined, a wonderful person. Just want to say I regret his loss.
Me too. He was my best friend.
Thank you, Alan. Pat Soline?
Okay. I was all relaxed thinking you would never get to me today.
Well, we're just going to do it by screen. Go ahead.
Okay, well, wow, I didn't write anything down, so I'll just wing it. I was born in Chicago and grew up in Winnetka, Illinois, a beautiful northern suburb. When I was halfway through high school, that's when my dad got a job that moved the whole family to Beverly Hills. mom and dad picked Beverly Hills specifically because they believed in the school system there. But it was pretty tough going to suddenly, it was culture shock. It was very different. So I think of myself as I was pretty unseen through high school, and I'd be surprised if many people even remembered my being there. Also, in senior year, I was one of those 25 kids who was in school only for the morning, and then I went on to UCLA, and I took pre-med zoology there, which was a great experience, but it still kind of pulled me further out of being in school and being really part of it. I went back to Chicago for my college years. I attended University of Chicago, which was quite a go. It was a school filled with genius kids. I really had to work, and graduated, and then came back out to the West Coast where I've remained. I first lived in the Bay Area. I lived in San Francisco and then Marin County, and it was a lot of fun. And let's see, then I I was actually in San Francisco right in the middle of the big love-ins and all that. I was literally living in Haight-Ashbury, one block literally from the intersection of Haight and Ashbury when everything went all wild, and that was quite an amazing experience. It was great being there. Eventually, I moved up to Ashland, Oregon, which is just north of the California border, a beautiful little town, and I spent most of my adult life there until about 10 years ago when my little grandson was born. My daughter, who is just turned 50, she and my lovely son-in-law had this wonderful baby, and I just thought I'm not going to miss out on that, so I started splitting my time between Portland and Ashland. And let's see, along the way I had degrees in I became an RN and a teacher, and I love dogs, I love animals, I love art very, very much, and I make some of it once in a while myself. Um, and I find living in Portland kind of a mixed bag. I'm really not a city person. Um, I and Portland is experiencing a lot of complicated things. So it's a bit of a bumpy ride in some ways, but I dearly love my family. My daughter, as I said, is here, and she's a writer, and my son is a veterinarian, and I was married 3 times, but not anymore. And I am just, I feel like I've had a very, very blessed life. And so that's me.
Thank you, Patricia. Sherry Burke?
Yeah, thank you. Hello, everybody. This is really great, Bob. Thank you for doing this. I'm going to start when I was 42 years old because that's when my life really began. I met Bob, and after being in an abusive relationship, we got married like 6 years after we met. We've been together 40 years, and that's when the fun began. And that's all I want to do is have fun in my life. We adopted the Marines during the Afghanistan war, and we would go to Costco and pick up stuff for them. We went to the homecoming of a fallen angel, and we did a lot of stuff at Camp Pendleton. Going to the homecoming is heart-wrenching. Anyway, I don't want to get into that. And we graduated in CERT twice in the city here, Community Emergency Response Team. And Beverly Hills had a Citizens Academy, for people to be in the police department. And that was amazing. I mean, from the beginning to the end, we saw how these guys train. They are one of the big reasons we don't leave this city. And the other thing is, I tap danced for 25 years. I still a little bit, but back issues, slowed me down. I met Gregory Hines. We became good friends. He is one of the nicest guys. I miss him every day. His girlfriend was in an advanced class and she couldn't dance. She had 2 left feet, and I would take her home and show her the combinations. And then I got so interested in jazz, my son took me to the New Orleans Jazz Fest 2 years in a row, and I met Tamara Joy. We went VIP, so I had seats. And every time I got up to go away, my son would say, "Where are you going?" And he knew I was going to get in trouble. Anyway, I met her. I got through the guard, and we got pictures. Another favorite of mine is Trombone Shorty. Oh my God, does this guy play music? Anyway, he was at the Greek Theater, and I'm sitting there, and I said, "You're good at talk." My time is done. So I go out, and I'm looking.
They could be able to hear you.
Anyway, I see him, and I yell at Trombone, "Let me get a picture. Give me 500." Which I just, and I got to talk to him. Let's see, what else is exciting?
Excuse me.
Well, I don't know. I wrote down a few things, but I didn't want to read because my grandson's a psychologist, my granddaughter's a chef, and the last granddaughter is studying environmental research. So they're all smart, they're all doing well, and my grandson's, he gives us my psychology. I get my therapy every week. But anyway, a great family. I love them. I see them all the time. And for Stuart, I'm still studying Japanese, but I have no to. So,
I should say something to your boss.
Anyway, that's it, Bob Cowan. Thank you.
Bob, you need to mute Bud again.
I know. I'm trying to find it again.
I never used that register.
Unmuting himself, but I don't know. Anyway, I'll work on
How
it.
do we turn him off? Take his battery out.
Yeah, really.
Bob, you might let Buddy know that there's strange anatomical parts on the screen. Not really recognizable.
There was a nostril at one point.
He's in the men's room.
Well, all right. I think it's Judy Morgan next.
Yes.
Judy Morgan?
Yes, I'm here.
Go ahead.
Yeah, hi. I didn't prepare anything either. I didn't even know we were going to talk, but luckily it's one of my talents. My daughter asked me what I was going to wear, and I said, wear? We're going to look like the Brady Bunch when we get on screen, these tiny little thumbnails. I don't think it matters what I wear. But then I knew that I had to wear my ring. I've got my high school graduation ring. Am I the only one wearing my ring today?
Oh my.
I love it. Took me a minute to find it, but I still have it. But I like
that.
Goldsmith, went on to Santa Monica City College for a couple of years because I didn't think I was ready for UCLA, but I got out of my system all the social things that I really didn't do in high school, like cheerleading. And that was a ball. It was a really strong cheerleading team, and we even performed for the Junior Rose Bowl that year. So that was a good time. And then I went on to UCLA, where I graduated with a degree in English. And what that got me was a job as a copy editor for a magazine in Hollywood. And it also landed me a man. I met my husband there. He was a writer, did investigative articles. And we hit it off right away, very soon, embarrassingly soon. Nobody said it would last. And we had now been married 55 and a half years. So we show them. We spent the first few years in Southern California, where we had our first 2 babies. And then Jim was hired by the Wall Street Journal up in the Bay Area. So we moved to Mill Valley after a bit of research because we heard the schools there were really good. And that was a very good decision. And we stayed there for 20 years, had one more child. So we now have 3 daughters. They're all gorgeous and bright, and they are like 3 points of a triangle. They could not be more different. But luckily, we're text crazy. We have a group family text, and sometimes you'll wake up in the morning and there'll be like 47 texts that happened from the day before. Part of that is because our youngest is in Virginia. So she is a 3-hour time difference, of course, and she gets up at the crack. the rest of us sleep in late. And so sometimes I can see what Karen's doing because my Facebook comments she is seeing at the same time. So it's pretty sick. But we spent 20 years in Mill Valley. The kids all went through the school system there. And then when they were out of school there, we moved up to Sonoma and we stayed there for another 20 years. And our middle child lives there. She has a fitness studio, not an ounce of fat on her. She's a wonderful dancer. She does a lot of stuff online, Instagram, Facebook. She's very well promoted. And so many people know her in Sonoma that we would go to the market and people would say, "Are you Karen Drinkle's mom and dad?" Because she would comment about us so many times. And that's been a lot of fun. But then we kind of got priced out of Sonoma and we wound up in Roseville, California, wherever that is. I just don't know, but we're here. And the best part of that is that we're closer to our oldest daughter, who is ER nurse at Sutter Hospital here. And when you're in your 80s, may I recommend that you have a daughter who is a nurse, because she took us through the lobby one time when there were like 60 people waiting. And I tell you, I felt like Kim Kardashian. We just strutted right through there, went right back to the trauma center, got everything dealt with fast. Maybe I shouldn't be saying this because maybe her job is at risk now. I don't know. But it's been wonderful. She has to sort of pass by where we live just to get to the hospital. So she stops in 3 or 4 days a week just to see how we're doing, helps us reach things that are high up because we're very short now. I hear other voices. That's all right. And then her husband, he's a pilot for Reach Air Rescue. And that's how they met. She was a flight medic. So he's been great too. I mean, he's 6 feet, very handy. So between the two of them, it's like having live-in houseboy and child doing everything. And we're pretty happy here. We're lucky in that our daughter in Virginia has a wonderful job and is kind of corporate, but she makes good money and is able to come out to visit us with her 2 little ones. They were just here in July. And we take all the toys out. I've saved all the toys from when our kids were little. Our daughters call me a hoarder, but it's not true. When I take the toys out, I'm not a hoarder anymore. I'm a loving grandmother, and they play it all over the floor. Wind up tin toys, Curious George things, Fisher Price houses and buildings, and Cabbage Patch, all that crap. It's all in the garage. And I just get such a kick out of bringing it all out and seeing the grandkids playing with it. So I'm a very strong family person. So is my husband. And anytime we can interact with our kids is a good day. But I love this opportunity to see everybody. Everybody looks great. It's amazing how many faces I would sort of recognize all these years later. And I just would hope we continue this again. I'll be very happy to log in next Sunday or whenever we do this, because it's a real upper for me. It's a good time. Thanks.
Thank you, Judy. How about Lynn Harper?
Yep, that would be me.
Oh, there she
Go ahead.
Yep. I was able to get my name up there, so that's good, but nothing else. I'm on the cell. So I've got a nice short. I'm going to start just from what I'm doing now and not go back 1,000 years, but I'm Lynn Harper now, but you guys, a lot of you guys, so good to see you all. I was Linda Lee Hunt, Beverly Vista from 3rd to 4th and 5th through Horace Mann, and then Beverly High for 2 years, and then Hollywood Professional, which combined my UCLA first year of college. So that would be that. Anyway, currently, I'm an armed security officer with the branch of the government that takes care of all of the security for Air Force One and some of the other airborne units that belong to our illustrious government. And I would have to say that's about all you want to hear from there, I think. Is there anything else that might be interesting to you guys? I don't know. Yeah, one thing. So you'd say, well, you guys are all the same age. How in hell are you still employed? Guess what? I'm a real asset to them. Think about it. And so would you all be as well. As long as I can do what I have to do, which is heavy, heavy exercise, running, all of that kind of stuff. As long as I'm a crack shot with my service right and my revolver, there's not a lot of stuff they can do. If I can do the job, I got the job. They don't pay a whole hell of a lot. It's that when you think about armed officers, you must know that their lives, our lives, are at stake. And sometimes in the hourly pay, you earn as much as a window person at McDonald's. So you can take that and figure out, what that might mean to some people about our government. But it's my employer, so I'll say no more about that. And I'm qualified as a marksman, and I have to requalify every 2 years. And I'm also an EMT. I also have to requalify every year for that. And even though I've come across a lot of horrifying situations, the most thing I'm proud of, I've never, in all the years I've been in law enforcement, ever drawn my gun. So you guys have nothing to worry about. But it's really good to see you all. I love you all. Take care.
Lynn, do you have a CCW?
Oh, hey, Sherry. How are you? So good to see you.
Yeah, ditto. Do you have a CCW?
When you say, here's the thing, I don't need it because of where I'm employed. However, let's say I'm not employed. You know how much it costs to get a CCW?
I've already, yes, I know.
But the thing
Sherry,
is, I don't need
Lynn,
it because I'm not paying.
Lynn and Sherry, could you have each other's emails? You're taking everybody else's time up. I appreciate your input, Lynn.
Oh, sorry. Anyway,
move on. All right, Sue Waldman, you're up. Sue, can you unmute yourself? Go ahead.
Hi.
You're up.
Hi. Hi, everyone. I think this is so much fun. I came to Beverly Hills under similar circumstances to Chuck Aaron's family. And I spent one semester at Horace Mann, where I was befriended by Dennis Applebaum, Harry Cozen, and Kevin Kelly. And then I went to Beverly, and I have to say, those 4 years were some of the happiest times of my life. And I still have all the friends that I had there. I still have them today. I still see them on a regular basis, and it's really great. From there, I went to SC, where I met the love of my life, my husband, Michael. We've been married for 59 years. We have 2 daughters and one and done grandson who's 16 and is the light of our lives. I retired recently after 35 years as a travel agent. Before that, I owned one of the largest event and catering companies in Los Angeles. What we sold was a food product that we made called Just Croutons. The company was just off Melrose, and we came up with this idea. It did very well, and we sold it. And what can I say? I play golf. I love seeing everyone. That's it. I live in Brentwood and run into people all the time. And I'm glad to see all of you. And Mark, wherever you are, hi.
Oh, hi, Susan.
Okay, thank you. And Lynn, I'm sorry, Bruce Flushman. Bruce? Unmute yourself. Can you unmute yourself? Put your cursor down in the corner by your name. Unmute. No, not yet. We'll come back to you, Bruce, I guess. Can you get it? All right. Louis Nashner, you're up. Louis?
Unmute. I just wanted to say I think this is a terrific idea. Unlike
Bruce,
a lot of you.
We'll come back to you, Bruce.
Okay.
Okay. I must say this is a terrific idea. I appreciate you folks organizing it. You know, I haven't had the benefit of living in or near LA since graduating high school. So, you know, there are numbers of people that would have been fun to keep in contact with. But of course, you know, the distance uh, makes that pretty impossible. Although it turns out Joan Mizell and I live in the same town in Cloverdale, California, Northern California. So there'll be one connection that I can make. As far as high school is concerned, I think one high point was a backpacking trip for 10 days that they took with Steve Lippman, with Randy Even, and Steve Kahn, uh, which was really wonderful. I think between junior and senior year, really sadly, you know, Steve Kahn and Randy Even aren't with us anymore, but I know Steve Lippman, and I've seen your picture here. Um, Took me a few times to get the marriage right, but I'm happily married now. The other half of my time in Chicago, because my wife's still on the faculty at Northwestern University Medical Center, and so we live on Lakeshore Drive, and we love Chicago. Also love Cloverdale. Uh, I've had three careers, first academic in neuroscience, and then I started my own business and in medical diagnostic equipment, sold that for cash in 2008, 10 days before the market crash. So talk about lucky. Since then, I did consulting. I'm a pilot. I like to build airplanes. In fact, I'm building another small one now that I'm hoping the insurance company will still give me some liability insurance so I can keep flying. You know, at 82, they don't like pilots that are 82. I've got two great kids. My daughter's been a chief technical officer at a biotech company in Salt Lake City. Now she's working with some other VCs to start up some biotech business in Saudi Arabia. My son's a research engineer at Apple. I share with him the flying, and I've got four grandkids, granddaughter finishing a PhD at Northwestern in biochemistry, grandson in materials science, and then a third daughter who's just starting college in Boston, and then a fourth in high school. So, and so I've certainly had a charmed life as well, and enjoying hearing other people's stories. And
Thank you, Lou.
best
Thank
of
you.
health to everybody. We all need it.
Thank you, Lou. Okay, Bruce, you're up. Can you unmute yourself, Bruce? Bruce? There you go.
I'm on my phone and on my computer, so it's a little more complicated. I went to Cal, met my wife there while I was washing pots in their sorority. We've been married for 58 years, have four sons and six grandchildren who live all over the place in California, all two in education, one in sports, and one is a lawyer. I went to law school with, again, Steve and Paul. Paul and I went from kindergarten through law school together. After law school, I had to go in the Air Force, and I had a great experience there, tried a lot of cases, then went to the Pentagon, where I was the general counsel for the National Guard. I left there and went to the California Attorney General's office, where I spent 17 years and had a great experience as an environmental lawyer. argued a case in the U.S. Supreme Court. And I went into private practice and in a couple of firms, and had some terrific cases, including one where I lived in Alaska for 3 years trying the case, and that was an interesting time. I've sailed, raced sailboats in San Francisco Bay for 20 years. Bareboated all over the world with a group of friends. Had terrific times there. Have a great group of friends here in Berkeley, where we have lived for since 1972, when we came back from the Air Force. My wife has had a great career as well. We've supported each other in our careers, which has been a nice thing for our kids to see. And I think that is about it.
Thank you, Bruce. Steve Lippman, you're up.
Okay. Let's
Steve,
see.
you have no picture. Do you have a video of yourself? Do you have a
I
camera?
don't know why the picture evaporated. I clicked on something that I shouldn't have, but I can see it up unless somebody can tell me. It says mute my audio. I'm not going to do that. Anyway, no picture at the moment, but I was there earlier. So very quickly, I went to Berkeley. It was time to go to college, and as we all made our decisions, I said I wanted to go to Wharton, and my father said he's not paying for that. So I went to Berkeley. So in a way, that was very simple. I applied to one school. I went there. I graduated Berkeley in economics and statistics, and I decided to go to Stanford and got a PhD in operations research. So I applied to one school undergraduate and one school graduate. And now, oh my golly, people are twisting themselves in a knot as I see my grandchildren applying for college and all the things they do to make their application look better. And then it's so hard to get into just about anywhere, but that's up to their parents to get them in. So I've been married for 57 years. We live in LA. I was a professor at UCLA starting in 67. I was in a hurry to get through school and graduate school. So I was a professor starting in 1960, assistant professor. Joined the business school. My interests were mostly mathematics and economics. Later, I became interested in business. So I was at UCLA since 67, and then I retired in 2018. When I got the cancer, it really set me back a bit, but that's all behind me. But I did think it was necessary to retire. We have three girls. The oldest is a dermatologist in Tucson. The middle one is an epidemiologist in Berkeley. She works at UCSF. She's 100% what's called soft money. That means her grants pay for her salary. And unfortunately, most of her grants are through NIH. So if you know that a number of NIH grants have gotten canceled, including her biggest one. Right now, it's been reinstated, but we'll see. And the youngest one was a social worker, and she lives here in Brentwood. So we see her and her three kids pretty often. Oldest child has two children, a boy and a girl. They're getting ready to go to college. The middle child she's in Berkeley, and she has a senior and a junior. What else can I tell you? Life's been good. We were so lucky in so many ways. Um, we're blessed. So good to see everybody. And I get to see a few of you now and then.
Okay, Steve, thank you. Jim Kahn, you're up. Jim, unmute yourself.
I
There you
think I'd
go.
like to do it at the next session. I hope that this will end soon because I have to be somewhere and reschedule it for the next session.
if you like.
Yeah, I'll try to talk then.
I'll join next time, Jim. I like the idea.
I think 2 hours is probably a maximum for a lot of us.
Well, do you want to continue on, or we want to do this again next Sunday?
I would like it next Sunday or the Sunday after that.
Anybody else have any thoughts?
Guys, please, those of us that can't come next week, can we do our bit now? I'm sorry I can't come next week, but let's just keep it moving.
All right, Myrna, you're up.
There's nobody left. Thank you. Can you hear me?
Yep.
I've moved back to Los Angeles, so I would be delighted to get together with any of you. Please help me out with that. I've lived all over the country, working mostly dealing with advocacy issues and social service.
Ridiculous. Everybody's leaving.
I don't want to talk over people. Okay, so I'm sorry. I wasn't able to write down anything, mostly because I have trouble with my eyes to be able to focus. And I am a retired rabbi at this point. The work that I've had two congregational responsibilities, but the work that I have
Are you going to stay with this?
For a few more minutes. They called me and I said, I can't talk. I have to be somewhere shortly. So I have to get off. 2 hours is about it.
Jim, would you mute yourselves, Jim? We hear you and your wife talking.
I apologize.
It's all right.
Okay.
Thank you.
The work that I've done most recently is both hospice work and emergency crisis work. Sherry talked about some of the emergency work. I was hired by the National Jewish Federation to help after Hurricane Katrina, and was part of the response and recovery. And I was down there for 5 years. A grant that had been extended and really opened up a lot of opportunities to help people in an amazing array of ways. A pastoral care, pastoral counselor, trauma counselor.
Myrna, I think that's 3 minutes. You want to wrap it up?
Myrna, I have a question. Myrna, I have a question.
Yeah.
Do you have AMD, wet AMD?
Yes.
Okay,
Yes.
so do I. And for all of you out there, if you start showing symptoms, get to a retina special right away. Don't wait. Go ahead.
I have. Thank you
so
very
have I,
much.
yeah.
Thank you. Who said that?
Ron Pacell.
Okay. Talk with you later then. I'm just thrilled to be with all of you, to be able to see your faces and relive some of these experiences. And I thank you for organizing this, Bob. Just really a kick to see all of you and, have this opportunity.
Thank you. Thank you for your input. If you would mute yourself, and Bill Squibb, you're up next. Bill Squibb, I see you. You're up.
There. Can you hear me
Go
now?
ahead. Yep.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, thanks, Bob, for doing this. I too have not really prepared anything. I'll try to rattle this stuff off. I came to Beverly after my mother died when I was 13. My father made the choice. He was living in LA and made the choice to move to Beverly Hills for the school, like as a number of you others had. And I went on Santa Monica City College, Fullerton Junior College for the 2 years, and then after 2 years went up to San Francisco State, did a couple of degrees there in physics, a bachelor's and a master's in physics. Then I moved to Canada to avoid going to Vietnam, and have lived in Canada ever since. I'm on an island in central BC called Cortez Island. Uh, After I moved to Canada, I, uh, I built a boat. I bought a half-finished boat, built it, sailed it around the Pacific. Spent about 6 years sailing in San Francisco, and, and about 2 years in Polynesia, French Polynesia, Italy, and then on up to Japan, various other islands along the way. I spent a year in Japan on the boat, met my first wife there. She sailed back from, and with me, we had a 65-day passage. That was the whole summer in 1977, sailing back to Canada. And after that, we got divorced about 4 years after that, as I recall. After the birth of two children, two daughters, who are now, well, they were born in 1980 and 1982. So I can't do the math right now. Anyway, they're they're living in, both of them, in Vancouver. I started a business in Ontario, property management, and pursued that for probably around 15 years. It allowed me, or at least I took time to do a lot of traveling in that time. I would travel rather humbly, backpacking in Asia, primarily in Asia, where I ended up meeting my second wife in about uh, 2008 or so, 2009, who is Tina. And anyway, so I would go back and forth to Asia and travel around Asia. I've traveled around Thailand quite a bit, Myanmar, um, India, spent a fair amount of time in India. I love India. And anyway, it was quite interesting to travel. Uh, I ended up coming back to uh, well, it doesn't matter, about 2014 or so, for good, and wound the company down in 2017. And since then, I've actually gone through a divorce with the second wife, Miss Filipina. That's another story. But so I'm on my own now. I'm currently spending most of my time on Cortez Island in a house that I built myself. Uh, it's in the forest, the woods. Uh, I've got deer, cougars on the property, stuff like that. It's pretty wild here, and I kind of like it here, actually. And I'm spending a lot of my time here now. Anyway, that's it in a nutshell. It's nice to see how many people are here, and um, that the health of those of us that are left. I mean, a lot of people are pretty with it now. So I'm really quite pleased to see that.
Thank
That's
you,
all I have
Paul.
to say.
Thank you. Nice to see you. Stuart Sobel, you're up.
Okay, hello.
Hello.
Let's see. Um, let's see how we go. If I had a grandson or a granddaughter, I would be able to get this thing going. Huh. Anyway, I'm Stuart Sobel. I wanted to thank uh, the gentleman who mentioned Denny Peterson. He was a great guy. And I just wanted to mention another great guy, Charles Prezant, who I saw the day before he was killed, and he was only 14. And it was a real shame and a shock, to say the least. I'm still trying to get us on here. There we go. You see me? Let's
Yeah.
throw a shout out.
Yeah.
And anyway, I've been blessed. I've been married to my wonderful wife, Eleanor, for over 50 years. And she's great, great lady, taught me a lot, still is. And we're having a good time. I've had many different businesses. I was pretty fortunate to be able to just slide into business without hardly trying because real estate was such a big deal in the 70s. And I took advantage of it. And I ended up buying a storage company, which is going on its 50th year. And one thing about it, when you own the company, you don't have to worry about retiring. So I'm still still at the desk. I don't come in early in the morning anymore, but I'm still at the desk. It's been great fun. Over the years, I've had many different businesses. I was always chosen last on the B team for sports, and it was kind of ironic for me to have a company called Pro Action Sports. Never thought it would happen, but it did. And in it, I did publishing, I did management. I managed a kickboxer for 10 years. And I got involved in sports, but only in management side. Um, right now, I started thinking about a few years ago. I started thinking about our my latest venture, and I was thinking about Hawthorne and Beverly. Uh, 30 years after I last saw him, I got a call from Robbie Sedway, and it surprised me. We went to he asked me out to breakfast. I went out and we talked, and that meeting kind of changed my life in a different direction. And he told me, he asked me, he said, "Do you want to know who killed Bugsy Siegel?" And I said, "Sure." I didn't care, but he brought it up. So he said it was Moose. And Moose was his surrogate father, his father's bodyguard, and his mother's bodyguard, who later became her lover. And they married many years after Mo Sedway died. Anyway, we started working on this project because I'm no stranger to strange projects. And we started working on the project of saying exactly how Bugsy Siegel was killed and why and who did it. Because for 79 years, it's been a mystery. It's still an open case in Beverly Hills. They're still scratching their head. Who done it? Anyway, we know who did it. And it's going to be coming out in a book. I've never written a book like this before. I've done tons of magazine articles. I've worked on many books when I had Pro Action Publishing, and the books that I worked on, I was a ghostwriter for the athletes that were writing for me.
Joe, you want to wrap it up?
Okay, it goes by quick when you're having fun. Anyway, if you want to see the project, see anything about it, it's coming out on Blackstone with Blackstone Publishing. I have a nice venerable agent from William Morris who picked me up as a first-time author, which I'm delighted about. And it's going to, if you want to see about it, go to queenbeeandbugsy.com. It's Queen Bee and Bugsy.com. And you'll see the whole thing. I put something together years ago when I was trying to decide if I was going to do this project. And I'm glad I did. Unfortunately, Robbie did pass away in 2014, so he's never seen it from the beginning. Anyway, I love you all. It's been great. And Sherry, I'm glad you're still studying your Japanese. Talk to you later. Great seeing you all. Bye.
Thanks. Tony Hillman on the East Coast. Tony?
You did it again, Bob. It's Terry.
Or Terry? I
Had her.
can't read it. Go ahead.
I'm going to be quick. First of all, I want to show you this. This is my free speech movement button from Berkeley in 1963. I went to Berkeley. I had a taste of freedom for the first time. I wanted to study art. At that time, it was abstract expressionism. They said, paint loose, be free. I didn't know how to do that. I joined the free speech movement. I dropped out of Berkeley. I lived in San Francisco. I worked for a classical radio station. I met and married my husband, a Canadian space scientist. We lived in Pasadena for many years. I went back and got my degree so that my parents' money wasn't wasted. I worked as a psychiatric and substance abuse RN. The thing that fascinates me, and I'm slightly embarrassed saying it, but I'm going to say it anyway. I'm confident in a way that I never was in high school. And it's a great joy to have come into my own. I'm a painter. I have a ridiculous sense of the absurd. I have a good sense of humor. As things get uglier and uglier, I know we're not supposed to talk politics, but I am struggling with the state of things. And what gets me through is humor and kindness. And that's all I have to say. Thank you.
Thank you, Terry. Go to bed.
No, it's too early. It's 7.
All right. Jeannie Myers? You got to unmute yourself, Jeannie.
Okay.
Okay, there you go.
Okay. Before we graduated from high school, my family had a house in Orange County. I took brown shelving paper and put it across the garage and I said, vote for JFK. And people threw tomatoes. And I haven't changed. In arguably the reddest state in the nation, I'm doing advocacy and political work. I ran the donors table here. I worked hard for the Democrats. I am in the super minority here. And it's weird. I have 2 kids, 2 grandchildren, 2 husbands, one's dead, 3 or 4 careers. I live on 2 acres, which is 7 minutes from an airport, which is 1 stop from Hong Kong and 1 stop from Paris. And I get to those places all the time. Contemporary art has been a part of my life forever. I had a gallery in Santa Monica and showed cutting edge blue chip stuff and some terrible shit. And it's a way for me to navigate the world still. It's a social life and an intellectual life and eventually an asset class. And I spend my time gardening and cooking and reading and traveling. And thank you, Bob Cowan. This is so much fun.
I'm glad you're all enjoying it. I think it's a great thing, and we'll do it again if everybody wants to. Anyway, you're all done, I assume?
I am done.
Okay. Joan Mizell, you're up.
Okay, I'll make this relatively short since it's been a long time. I live in Sonoma County in Cloverdale, in wine country. I live with a wife of 35 plus years. She was a family law lawyer in Marin County for her professional life after being a teacher. We have a couple acres of grapes. We have a couple of llamas. We've got a pond that's got ducks and geese, got dogs. So life is good in that regard. After high school, I went to Brandeis, finished at UCLA, subsequently got a PhD from Stanford in psychology, worked in politics for a while in Sacramento with Assemblyman Howard Berman. Maybe some of you in LA know and remember him. Then I got an MBA from Stanford because I needed to get a job. And I worked as a consultant and policy analyst, basically in the mental health field for years. I just wanted to say, and I've continued my interest in politics. And I'm the one who put out the request for people who might be interested in filling out a survey. You know, we're a very unique cohort, 82-year-old, went to a high school 95+% Jewish, and I'm really curious to know what we all think about what's going on being Jewish in America today with everything that's going on. So I've got a survey written, but I need a smart youngster. My wife's grandniece is coming in October that can put it into a form that I can send out to everybody. And hopefully people will respond. It's got 22 questions, and then we'll be able to, give the results back to everybody. And hopefully some other people will be interested in what it says. And I have to say, I'm not supposed to say anything about politics, but I also am having a really tough time. And my way of getting around it is sports. I love watching sports. In fact, I'm missing the rest of the U.S. Finals Open right now. It's on tape. And I don't know if any of you in the Bay Area know about the Valkyries. It's our new WNBA team in the Bay Area, and it's been great. Okay, that's it.
Thank you, Joan. Judy Everts, did you speak or no yet? You did. Did you? You're muted. Did you speak? You did. Ann Epstein, did you speak? You're muted. You're still muted, Ann. You got to unmute yourself. Dennis, go over there and unmute her, would you?
If you're on a regular computer, you can just push the space bar also.
And try the space bar. I guess we'll come back to you.
Yeah,
No,
Anne's
just
a little bit too far away.
I'm here.
You got it.
I got it. I got it.
Go ahead.
Thank you, everyone. This has been really an eye opener. I know other people have said that before. Just quick. After high school, I went to Berkeley, 4 years at Berkeley, stayed in a sorority for all 4 years. It was miserable for me the last year. Came out of college and went to New York to work in the merchandising business in the summer of 1964. That was still in college. Came back from college and worked at I. Magnin and Company as an assistant buyer. Met my husband. Thank you to Jeannie Franklin. I met my husband through a friend of hers from her university experience. And I was married to him for all the years until 2023 when he passed away. His family owned Pickwick Bookshop in Hollywood, and I led a very exciting life when his family still owned Pickwick. Met a lot of celebrities who had written books, and was a very exciting time. I am a mother to 2 children, no grandchildren, but I have 2 grandkitties from my son in Seattle. My daughter lives in New York City. I love to travel, but I was a mother for most of my married life until 1989, and then I started looking for a job. I fell into a great job that really gave me maturity. I became a farmer's market manager and managed the Hollywood farmer's market for the first 2.5 years it existed, from growing from 10 growers to 50 growers, where it is today, and it's a successful market. I stayed in the farmers market business, management business, on and off until 2014 when I retired, and I love to travel. I'm going to England next month, and I hope to see Terry's sister Tony. We've corresponded, and we have not quite firmed up our plans yet. I'm going, I rode for many years, student of dressage. I still love art, but haven't been able to practice much art lately. But I will promise myself I'm getting back to it eventually. I'm healthy, thank goodness. I've had 2 hips replaced and 1 knee, but I'm still here. I'm still upright, like Carol Brown said. And anyway, it's lovely that Bob Cowan put this together. And thank you for asking me to help. I wish I could have been more help, Bob, but here you are. It's lovely to see everybody.
Thank you,
I'm
Ann.
done.
Nice to see you. Mel Nevsky, you're up. Unmute yourself, please. You got to unmute yourself. Put the cursor on your name or right next to it, or hit the space bar. Try that. There you go.
Okay, you hear me now?
Yep.
Well,
Yes, go ahead.
Okay, I went to Beverly Vista and to Beverly High, of course, where I wasn't a very great student. Actually just couldn't handle it when I was in high school, only to learn that I had a vision problem when I thought I had regular vision. After high school, I went into the Army. We were called up during the Berlin crisis. Kennedy then, at that time, said that we were like 5 days from going to Berlin. And then our orders got rescinded, and I spent a year on the East Coast. Well, that's where I got my real education, learning what I didn't want to be. And so after that, after the Army, I went into Santa Monica City College because I couldn't get into any place else. There I got straight A's and a scholarship to USC. And I went to USC, studied accounting, and graduated cum laude. Was married for 22 years, 2 daughters, 2 grandchildren. Thank God they're all successful and very wonderful kids. I was a CPA for 40 years. I retired in 2007 and I'm living a good life since then. Judy Coleman Everett, as she mentioned, we've been together now for 8 years. And we're looking forward to still continuing our relationship. Even though Judy's moving to New York, I'm staying in Los Angeles because I'm next to my kids, and she's going because her most of her family lives there. And it's a decision where we'll be bi-coastal. And that's really it.
Okay, Mel, thank you.
And
Judy
good to see you.
Silverglade.
Right. Thank you, Bob.
You're welcome.
Bye-bye.
Okay,
Bye.
wait a second. Okay, am I on?
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay, hi. I had written something and Bob posted it for me this morning because I wasn't sure I was going to get here, but here I am. And I'm impressed with how many of you I have actually seen at one time or another in person over the years. So it's really nice. What can I say? I'm currently living in Westwood, having moved here after spending most of my adult life either in Washington, D.C. or overseas, because right after I finished, I went to Berkeley, then UCLA, and then I got married to someone who joined the Foreign Service officer with the State Department. So we lived either in D.C. or overseas assigned to an American embassy. So we were in Mogadishu, Somalia, Addis Ababa, Ethiopia, and Israel. Actually, even overseas, wait a minute, I'm going to get this back again so I don't make any mistakes.
I went back to school when we were in DC and got a second degree in interior design and space planning, which I worked at for quite a while doing mostly institutional design, hospitals and universities. And then I shifted gears completely and went into refugee resettlement and ultimately international human rights advocacy, which was what I was best at and loved most. Um, let's see. Um, I had a late in life divorce and moved back to LA for family reasons, take care of parents and uncle, etc. And I thought I was going back to Washington, but I've ended up staying here. I'm very active politically. I'm incredibly demoralized by what's going on in this country. And I only hope we all live long enough to see the tide turn. So I'm as active as I can be at that. I'm still very close to my former husband, who is in New York. And he and I and our son, who is at NYU doing public policy analysis, mostly criminal justice reform. Although, like, I guess it was Steve Lippman who said his daughter was all on soft money, my son was on soft money, and actually the money's gone now. I mean, the money's there, but it's not available. So I'm not sure what he's going to do next. I am busy book clubs, yoga, meditating, and showing up at rallies and demonstrations and writing and journaling and doing some freelance editing for people who are doing mostly nonfiction. And that's sort of it. I'd love to see any of you who are interested in getting together.
Thank you, Judy. I guess Mark Fetterman, you're up next. By the way, did you win at that poker game when I spoke with you last week?
No, I did not, but thank you for
I'm
your
sorry to hear. Check in the mail.
Well, greetings from Santa Monica. This is just so much fun for me. I really appreciate it, Bob. You did a good job. Well, over the last 81 years, went to Hawthorne Grammar School, Beverly Hills High School, where Mr. Alter told me that he didn't think I'd be able to graduate, but somehow I did. After that, I went to active duty basic training in the Army Reserves. I was in a basic training company with Jeff Hockman and Joey Goodman, both of whom I think we've lost, but we had our times. After the Army, I went to Valley Junior College, took 5 semesters of remedial work, and then I transferred to UCLA. I graduated there for the Bachelor of Science degrees. Soon thereafter, I entered the insurance business. It was a good career. I say it was because I retired March 31st. So it's been about, 5 months of being retired. And I don't care if it's Friday or Monday, they're all the same. My family, I got married right after college and then divorced after about 2 years. And then I met my wonderful wife, Michelle, whom I was married to for 47 years. Unfortunately, she passed away. So now I'm enjoying my life in Santa Monica. I'm blessed with 2 wonderful children, daughters, and 2 wonderful grandchildren. They're really the happiest point of my life. And that's all that for the moment I remember to say, but this has been an awful lot of fun, and I appreciate seeing all of you. None of us have changed, not even a bit. I play poker too, so.
Thanks, Mark.
Thank you.
Audrey Balloon.
Hi. I was Audrey Sklar, and I don't know any of you because I worked all through high school. And you mentioned Mr. Alter. Bob had asked me to tell a story about Miss Polly that I had told him. I was not privileged. I was very, very, I didn't, well, my mother's philosophy was if you can't pay the rent, you may as well not pay it in the best of neighborhoods. And so I, she, at that time, there were no computers. So I went to Brentwood Elementary School. I went to Paul Revere Junior High. We lived in Pacific Palisades. I went to Beverly Hills High School. I went to Santa Monica, I think, for a short time, and then Beverly Hills High School. And I was not in school a lot. I do have three other good friends, Mina Matlin, Marilyn Lewis, and Adrian Kaufman, who we all keep in touch. But I wasn't in school a lot because my mother had Asperger's. I found out later, recently, and she couldn't hold a job. So I have worked since I was 7, and singing, um, selling donuts, babysitting, whatever. And I worked all through high school. I worked at an accounting firm. I worked at Hemphill Noyes. I worked at Prudential Insurance Company, Bank of America. I told them I was much older. I'm 4'8", so I probably was 4'1" at the time. And Mina said to me recently, I said, "You remember my mother was a very tall woman." She said, "Your mother was 5'2", so everybody looks tall to me. But I one day, Bob, you want me to tell this story? He told me to tell it, so it'll bring back memories. Everybody was terrified of Mrs. Pauley. You remember Mrs. Pauley? And so one day every time I was absent, which was about at least once every couple of weeks, if not more. And the other days I was in school, I would pray that this time she'd keep a job. And so there is prayer in school, Jewish prayer. And anyway, so I would sign the letter every day, every time. "Please excuse Audrey, she wasn't feeling well today." And one day I was late, and I said to my mother, "You write the note." She wrote the note. Mrs. Pauley called me in and said, "This is a forgery." I said, "No, the others were a forgery." She said, "Well, what's going on?" And she was extremely kind. And she said, "Tell me what's going on." I said, "My mother isn't well, and I take off to help her find a job. Because if I don't take off to help her find a job, she'll lay in bed all day." And she said, "Okay, well, anything you need, you come and see me." So the next week, we had to, I don't know whether you remember, we had to carry a dozen red roses for graduation. And there was a breakfast and there was all kinds of stuff. So I went to see her and I said, "Miss Pauley, I'd like to be excused from graduation because I have the $25 to buy the roses. I had saved up and didn't tell my mother that I had $250 to go to college." And she said, I said to her, "But I don't want to spend the money on the roses." And she said, "Well, come back tomorrow and let me think about it and talk with Mr. Alter." So I came back. I thought, well, I don't care what she says. I'm not going to buy the roses. So I went in her office the next day and she said, "Audrey, Mr. Alter and I want to give you the roses." I said, "No, I don't take charity. I can afford the roses. I don't want to spend it that way." And she said, "Well, sit down. We have talked about this, and Beverly Hills High School has never given a scholarship to anyone because no one needs it. But the school system has a lot of money, and we want to offer you a scholarship of $2,000, which in 1961 was a great deal of money." And I said, "That's wonderful." And she said, "But there's a condition." I said, "Okay, what's the condition?" She said, "You have to take the roses." I
Great
said,
story.
"Okay, I'll take the roses." Anyway, from the roses I went to college. I went to San Francisco State. Then I married a guy who was in medical school from WashU. I went to WashU. I have a master's in teaching, a master's in social work, and then we got divorced. I went to law school with my two children. They were 6 and 7. I never had, I mean, I've got scholarship money and I got loans. I met my husband, my late husband. We were married for 45 years. We practiced together, and then he became a federal judge. He died 4.5 years ago, and I still love roses.
Audrey, I think you can wrap it up if you would.
So I'm now I'm going out with a fellow who's 62, and my son-in-law who's 18 years older than my daughter. My daughter works at Princeton. My son is a rabbi in Pennsylvania, in Pittsburgh, and this guy I'm dating got me into comedy, so I do stand-up comedy, and I've done it all, and I still practice law sometimes, but for fun more than profit. And
Thank you, Audrey.
I live in Savannah. I walk, I paint, I write for the Times of Israel. So anybody in Savannah, anybody visiting, come see me.
Thank you, Audrey.
Thank you.
Ron Purcell, you're next. Ron, you there? You awake?
Yeah.
All right.
Have to unmute.
All right. Okay. No picture. Where are you?
I don't know why the video's not coming up.
All right. Well, we'll just listen to what you have to say.
After high school, I went to U of A for a year, learned how to chug beer, joined a fraternity. They asked me not to come back since I never completed any of my classes. Had a good time though. Then went to JC for a year, transferred to SC, got to senior status in finance accounting. Realized after a short term working in a CPA firm, what the hell am I doing here? Switched majors to psych, got the senior status in psych, and with minors in history and econ. And then along came the turn on, tune in, drop out stage. And yeah, I became a long haired hippie. Lived all over, lived in the Haight, lived in Berkeley, lived in Laurel Canyon during the glory days of that time frame with musicians all around. Right across the way was Crazy Horse, Neil Young's group, and up the hill, record producer, et cetera, et cetera. Back in those days in the canyon, we never locked our doors. Nothing like that ever bad happened. I remember when the Manson killings happened and they talked about one of the guys, the guy that I'm talking about, he is actually a member of a group called Love initially. I don't know if any of you ever remember that group. They were very big for a while in LA during the time of the Doors and et cetera. But anyway, we knew him as Bummer Bob. And I remember my roommates in the canyon, when his name came up, we went, oh no, he's been over our house. We were like in shock. So that really did change everything. So from there, I went on and went back once I decided to get more serious, not really too serious. I went back to accounting, finance, worked various places. Left my last job when I was in my early 30s as an assistant controller and got into collectibles. I was very early on. Because of the business and everything, I've been on radio, TV, written up in magazines, et cetera, et cetera. And the number one thing when the TV stations used to come through, they'd go, what's your most valuable book, et cetera. That's all they were interested in. But I got into that very heavily. And with my finance and accounting background, I've always been around real estate. Our family owns properties. I own properties today. My primary source of income is from my income properties in Southern California. But I still do the collectibles business because I like it. It's fun. And versus just sitting around watching TV, reading books all day, I get to sit there and mess around with this stuff. and I primarily work on the area of older comic books, not really, actually before Spider-Man, to give you an idea. The big thing
Ron,
for
you want to wrap it up?
Oh, okay. I'll just
That's
say
your 3 minutes.
okay, I was married. We scuba dived all over the world for umpteen years until physically we can't do it anymore. We live in Incline Village, Nevada. If anybody ever gets up to the lake, come and visit. Thank you, and thank you, Bob, for hosting this. It's been great. I really enjoy it.
Great. I'm glad you enjoyed it. I did too. Frank Ponder, you're up. Finally.
Unmute, Frank.
Tried to unmute, but I'm gonna hold down the space bar while I'm doing it. Oh, no, it doesn't. Here we go.
There may be many versions of Zoom that people are working with.
Right. Now there was up on top, there was a bar. So anyhow, I graduated high school, which was an accomplishment. Then I tried college for a year. I was too busy drinking and playing and stuff like that. So I went to Israel to straighten out. Came back, ended up at UCLA. As I was about to start a career, I decided, because my uncle advised me very strongly to join the Army, my uncle Sam. So I was in the Army for 2 years. Before that, by the way, Bob and I went to Emerson together, but we didn't know each other. And after the Army, I was going to go into my father's business, but he died just as I was about to start in his business, and so I didn't have a job. I got married and moved to Beverly Hills. It was a funny story. I gave my wife a budget of $200 a month for an apartment. She looked all over Brentwood when she could find a parking place, and all over Westwood and all the places young marrieds would go to. And she finally called me one day and said, "Well, I found a place in Beverly Hills. It's a little over our budget. It was $210. We had a great big 2-bedroom, uh, big living room, big dining room, big kitchen apartment. Took us, I think, 6 years to finally buy a house. And but the marriage didn't last, but the child did. So I have a beautiful daughter who is married, has 2 daughters. I found another woman. We just celebrated our 30, we celebrate our 17th wedding anniversary and or 19th wedding anniversary. We dated for 18 years. The rabbi told us it's high time to get married, so we did. Um, I worked at Bel Air Camera, big camera store in LA, brought it up to a major business. And luckily, when Steve Jobs announced the iPhone, I said it's time to get out of that. I did serious work in real estate investing, and that's kept me busy. I have, as I said, I have one of my own daughters and 2 stepdaughters who are also my daughters as such. I have 3 granddaughters, 2 in college and 1 in diapers. And to balance it, we have 2 male dogs. Been active in politics, local politics, and the Jewish community. And my passion is philanthropy for Jewish youth. And that's pretty much my story. Oh, the one other thing is I'm trying to put together a WhatsApp, if anybody knows how to do WhatsApp group that we can do, so we can all kind of just put our stories in anytime we want, and we can all follow each other. And so I'm working on one of those, like BHHS 1961, but I'm not sure how to do it completely. So if anyone knows how to do it, give me a call and let's try to put it together.
Okay, Frank, thanks. Jerry
Thank you,
Mund, you're
Bob.
up. Got to unmute
Good
yourself,
idea.
Jerry.
Yeah, I'm unmuted. Good
Go
idea,
ahead.
Frank. I like that idea. Okay, so after Beverly, I went to Hawthorne, then Beverly, And then I went to Brandeis, and actually Joan Mizell and I played together on the women's freshman basketball team. And she was one of the taller people. And so you can tell it was in those days. I graduated from Brandeis, and then I went to Smith for 2 years to get a master's in physical education so I could teach, because my bachelor's was in history and I did not want to be teaching history in a high school. I got my master's. I went to work at UC Santa Barbara for 4 years teaching in the physical activities department and directing their women's intramural program. At that time, I left Santa Barbara to come back to LA because the social life sucked for a single adult, particularly a single Jewish adult in Santa Barbara. And I puttered for 2 years. I couldn't get a job. I would substituted, including at Hawthorne and Beverly, which was a real kick. And then my dad said, "Why don't you go to law school?" And I said, "Okay." And so I did. And I worked as a travel agent during the day. And I went to Loyola Law School at night in Los Angeles. I got my first job. I was the first woman with my firm. Just because of timing, when I became a bankruptcy judge, which was in 1984, I was the first woman bankruptcy judge in the Central District of California. I was the first woman chief judge in that district. By the way, being a bankruptcy judge is the best job in the world. I became president of Temple Israel Hollywood. I was the first woman to become president of Temple Israel Hollywood. And it's a matter of timing. There always has to be a first. I live in the Valley. I have a desert house in Palm Desert, Sun City, Palm Desert, which is wonderful in the season and is not the season now, so I am not there now. And I'm still working, never married. I take some art classes that through Pierce College Encore program, and when I'm in the desert, and I do line dancing and a variety of other things, and I am extremely happy. And that's all I have to say.
Okay, Jerry. Next up is Elisa Landry.
Thank you. Not only are we a fascinating class, but we are very patient. Thank you, Bob, for stewarding us through this. I sent you a message. If you would kindly forward it to everybody tomorrow, that would be great. So I'm
Okay.
going to make a much shorter statement than I had in mind. So I went to Beverly Vista and walked to Beverly Vista and walked to Beverly High, living on South Rodeo, and then moved to the East Coast. Diane Gerdwin and I flew east to Brandeis, and we both stayed east for the rest of our careers. I cherish our continuing friendship, and our husbands share an interest in astronomy, so they've become friends as well. My work and my play revolves around connections to nature. I've lived in a wildlife sanctuary for 39 years, led birding and nature tours in places of natural and cultural wonder, including Bhutan, Guyana, and Crete. I continue to work for Mass Audubon and collaborate with my husband, Bill Giesentanner, who's a conservation planner. We consult locally and internationally on nature and environmental issues. We built an energy efficient home in Wellesley in 2013, in a cabin in Vermont in the Green Mountains in 1991, where we have no internet or cell service by choice. I would love to reconnect with Beverly Vista classmates, people who share my love of nature, or people living in the Boston area. And I especially appreciate Paul Bergman's sense of humor. So I'm sorry he's not on the call anymore, but if I lived closer, I would love to reconnect with him. So thank you for the time to share, and hope to see some of you in the future.
Okay, I think that's everybody that I can see on my screen. Anybody who's hasn't been called yet?
Diane Gerdwin. Diane Gerdwin, I've been waiting.
I'm sorry.
Me
Go ahead,
too.
take it away.
Okay. I will also, I'm not patient by nature, but Elisa, I try. And at any rate, after high school, Elisa and I, and obviously others, went to Brandeis University. I'm going to try to keep this brief. And then after Brandeis, I went to grad school, as did, and met my husband at Brandeis, and we got married in 1966. Uh, we have two daughters that are 54 and 51, and one lives in New Haven, one lives in Philly, and one's a psychologist and one's a lawyer. I am a psychotherapist and psychoanalyst. I've had a very long career. I went to grad school right out of college. So been working, 50 some years straight through. I continue to work part-time in private practice. I've worked at many teaching hospitals. I'm affiliated with the Psychoanalytic Institute, where I still supervise. I have private patients and also do a little bit of teaching. Back in the day, I was the director of that institute for a while. I know we said we're not going to talk politics, but it's just too awful not to say something. My son-in-law, who's an
Can you
environmental.
please not talk politics? Please. Thank you.
Well, something, the world, I don't appreciate your saying that when others have said what they had to say.
Well, I
But
don't think they should have either.
well, thank you for interrupting me. I appreciate that. But at any rate, I will move on. And at any rate, I hope we see a better world in our lifetime. And I hope those of us that are so inclined will continue to be active. I am. I spend my free time doing what I can in rallies, in other ways, and to try to make our country a better place for all of us. I do have a son-in-law who's been personally affected with the working for the Department of the Interior, and it's a lousy way too. I have four grandchildren ranging in age from 16 to 27, and I feel badly that we have not made a better world for them to come into and to be adults in, although they're all doing very well. It's, not the world that we're full of the same kinds of opportunities I think we had, coming of age. So that I will leave it, I think, at that.
Can I just ask Frank about the WhatsApp thing? Because I think I can help with that, but I don't know what to search for.
Maybe you can email each other.
Yeah.
Do it offline, please. It's been a long day. And I just want to say thank you, Diane. And damn it, I'm tired and I'm going to say it out loud. I never knew my grandmother. I never knew my uncle. They died in the Holocaust. So saying, la, 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 we're not going to talk about it doesn't do a bloody thing. Sorry, guys, but I feel passionate about that.
Well, I totally agree with you, Terry, and I have fond memories of Catalina Island Girls Camp, and you stood up, you and your sister, for the non-denominational service, and they put up a cross, and I think it was you and Tony that asked them to take it down. You said that wasn't non-denominational, and I didn't feel I would have been too uncomfortable to do that, but I've always admired that part of you. So
the one thing I would say, and I'm so struck, is the othering and the inability to talk to each other. And we never had that. And that makes me terribly sad. And you don't have to be unpleasant, but we can't put our heads in the sand. Without even spouting what we believe, we have to be able to say, these are tough times, or I'm sad about this. It's just the way of it, because if people stay quiet, that's not a good thing. Anyway.
Okay. Can we wrap it up? I appreciate both of your opinions and thoughts, but I think that it's been a long day for most of us.
Just one quick thing, Bob, I'd like to just say, and that is politics swing like a pendulum. It's never, most of us are right in the middle, but it swings like a pendulum. So what you're worried about today, the other side's going to be worried about tomorrow because it's going to swing the other way. So just hang in there, keep your eyes focused, keep your guys going in the direction you're going. But remember, it's just going to swing like a pendulum. Concerns me on how far left it's going to go down the road. Whether we'll live to see it, I don't know, but it is going to happen. It's inevitable.
Okay, thank you all for your comments. I think we ought to just leave it there. I'll tell you, I'm sure there's some people who have not had the opportunity to chat, so we'll pick this up. I'll be here next Sunday, 2 o'clock, same time. I will send an email out to everybody and invite them. If they want to join us, fine. If not, that's fine too. Also, this is being recorded, as you've heard, and it will be available next week on YouTube, not this coming week, but the following week. I have a fellow who's a video expert is going to take care of it for me, and it'll be Beverly Hills High School Class of '61 Zoom call. So that's where you can look for it.
Bob, thank you again
Thank you,
so
Bob.
much for this.
Thank you so much, Bob.
Thank you. Thank you
You're
all.
all
Bye,
bye.
everybody. Bye, Bunky.
I thoroughly enjoyed it, and
Bye, Susie.
hopefully we'll see you next Tuesday, next
Bye-bye.
Sunday.
Thank you.
Thank you.
See you on Facebook.
Everyone to Facebook now.
That's right.
I don't know how to stop this thing. How do you turn this off?
Unplug your computer.
Click on leave.
I don't see it.
It's at the bottom on the right. There's a leave meeting thing